What is up, everybody? It is every other Wednesday night on 3 Star Draw. So, you know what that means. It is time for the Backyard Battlefield. Also, tonight on Crusty Old Crow's channel, here with me as usual. What's going on, Crow?
Not much, just checking the visual on things. I'm simulcasting to my channel, so I'm just gonna have a quick poke at my channel, see if everything's going all right. So stream to audience. Oh,
Yep, looks good.
is
It's
it
shown.
on my channel right now?
Yes, it is.
All right, then we're fine. Aside from that, not much playing with toys here. Gotta turn that off.
Oh,
There we go.
all right. You set?
Yeah, so I'm watching the show on YouTube right now, and the chat is scrolling all over me. So I'm just trying to adjust my camera angles here as well. So carry
All
on.
right. All right. Well, so how you doing? What have you been up to today? Doing all right, man?
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I got that Gargantos today, that thing. So I'm putting it to the ultimate test. Can the phalanx support the weight of the Gargantos? And if this goes bad, you might see it on live. And it'll be really bad, and you get to watch me get upset.
I think it's you're gonna have to worry a little bit more about the shelf than the phalanx. It's that shelf that's
Well,
might be the one to give out before the tank.
I hear you, but I got some really thick books under that, and I trust my own craftsmanship. When I make a shitty ass display, that thing is a load bearing shitty ass display. So I'm confident if I lose my phalanx today, it's Hasbro's fault.
All right.
There we
I
go.
agree. I agree with you. So you've got a steel reinforced concrete underneath that brick veneer, huh?
Yes.
What's the weather like up there? I always like to ask.
It's cold. It's fall. What about you? When I say it's fall up here, that means we're dancing at just a few degrees above zero, like 5, 6,
Oh
7,
man.
10.
That's no, it still thinks it's summer here, but it is cooling off. I saw that you guys were having a cold front up that way, but it's cooled off here. It was in the low 70s today, which is my kind of weather. It's perfect weather so for me. But next week it's supposed to be back to like 85. So it's some bullshit. So Steve Martin says OSHA would not approve of that shelf.
Well, I can accept the things that people don't approve.
Let's see. So we got a pretty good show tonight for you guys. I think we're gonna go over some stuff that's come in and talk about. Let's see, we got some renders to talk about some pre-orders, all this stuff that's shipping. We got a couple special things coming up to mention. So yeah, I didn't think we were gonna have that much to talk about, but since Hasbro decided to leak all of the reveals to beat the leakers to it, we can look at those tonight.
I mean, that's a way to do things, right? It's kind
That's
of
the
what
way they
people have
should
asked
do
them
it.
to do. So
Yeah, I think that's how they should do it. If the leaks are gonna be a thing, just go ahead and leak it themselves. You know my feelings on it. I hate the leaks,
yeah,
but if we're gonna get them, make them official, which I kind of think they were anyway.
and everybody's always said, like, if they do it themselves this way or that way, it wouldn't be a problem. So I'm a big advocate for don't bring up a problem if you don't have a solution. But this is kind of what people have harped at. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
is
what
kind
are
of a
you
shock,
doing?
though.
I was gonna say, what are you doing on YouTube? Don't bring up a problem if you can't think of a solution.
That's fair.
So
No, but I mean, like I said, they're starting to. It's not that they're listening. It's just maybe they're trying and seeing the effectiveness of being asked to do that, and they're doing it. And what are we going to talk about if they keep doing it? That's the big thing.
that's right. So let's go ahead and say hi to the chat before we get too far down, because when it starts rolling, I get lost. It's hard for me to keep up with. So let's go ahead and say what's up to Dave Triple D's Dungeon, saying Stan the man. So I'm guessing probably Stanley was in here so early it's not showing his comment anymore.
It's all
What's up,
good.
Dave? U.S. Combat Dojo's in the house. And he says he's putting together his MMS while watching All Striker ship today. Can't wait to get it. That's one we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Matthew Matson here saying nerds. Don't have that sound bite. I don't want to. I don't want to steal any thunder. Punk will be saying
No,
I stole it from him if I play a sound bite for you.
it's always praise from Caesar when Matthew says it, right? Like,
I,
yeah.
Son of a Crayon Slayer's here saying, "Hey now." Got Steve Martin in the house, Evening Peoples. Let's see, what's Matthew saying? So mad I shipped my pile of loot, Operation Monster Force and Budo, and they tell me Shuma Gorath is
Smagorath.
processing soon. I wanted Shuma Gorath for Halloween picks. Well, I mean, even though they're probably going to send it DHL, you should still have it by in time to take some Halloween picks. It's only the 8th of October, so cross your fingers DHL can get it to you. That's probably a big enough box, though. Maybe it'll go FedEx.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a reveal. I haven't reviewed this yet. I'll do that tomorrow. But they really got something against Silver Samurai in this series, man, because in the back of the Juggernaut, it's him laying on his back. Back of this guy, it's Silver Samurai once again laying on his back. So
He has not won a fight. He's like 0-12. So
yeah.
he cannot win.
Joe loves samurais. Marvel does not. I think that's the message this year.
Well, I know I'm sure coming around to samurais after the last couple days. So
Yeah.
let's see, we got Graf in the house saying, look at them glorious Street Fighter 2 figs back there. Balrog and Akuma pre-orders tomorrow morning. Woo, Balrog Bash. I did not know that. I didn't know that the pre-orders were going up for those tomorrow. I had not heard that. Just BBTS probably, I'm guessing, or everywhere.
I don't know. I will say, well, I've had some ups and downs as far as Hasbro releases and when they show up here. My Jada release schedule up here is bad. I don't
Yeah.
get them in time to review them and provide any new info that's not out there.
Yep. So yeah, let me know, because I didn't even realize they were going up for pre-order tomorrow.
Yeah.
Matthew saying Akuma looks amazing, and Stanley Eberhard first live this week, busy with homecoming and the start of hockey season.
Yeah, but that was the trade-off tonight, is everybody's playing tonight, so I'm just gonna watch the highlights after we're done tonight.
Oh man, the choices we have to make sometimes.
God, it's all sacrifice, right? God.
So is your team playing tonight?
All teams. Yeah. Well,
No.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Leafs have their season opener against Montreal tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bobby Wald's here saying I'm down to one pre-order page left on Bulls. That's bad when you have to look at it by how many pages of pre-orders that you've got. Let's see. How is Jay Khan doing since he can no longer leak parts? I didn't know that he couldn't leak parts anymore, but I assumed somebody hit him with a either a C&D or one of those little darts that Putin uses.
So, I mean, I almost missed it, but Stanley, what a nice thing to say, right? Like, hey, has anybody heard from Jaycon? Is he okay? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I hope the guy's fine, because he sure
Yeah,
provided us
yeah,
with a lot of fodder for entertainment for not just
yeah.
our show, but every show that talks about classified in the
That's right.
last year. So
Wasn't the hero we wanted, it was the hero we needed.
It's the hero we needed, the hero that showed us
Yeah.
Doc's head.
And
That was
his name was easy to recognize on every photo. That was the big thing.
yeah, could not miss. Con.
Con! You beat me again, Con!
Let's see. So Graf saying BBTS, EE, and GameStop for those Street Fighters. Okay, well I'll probably I'm gonna have to see what the GameStop prices look like because GameStop be tripping lately.
In your
That
area too, eh?
yeah, everywhere. So
Mm.
Matthew says the Jada email went out this evening. Okay, well I'm not on that email chain too. So let's see what we got going on. Woody Triple Deuce, the figure addict, is in here. What's going
What's up,
on? Good day,
Woody?
gentlemen. Woody probably still trying to open some snake armors up.
No doubt.
uh,
What was it,
uh
18 of them over 2 cubic feet of table space?
yeah, 20. Yeah, 20.
20, 20.
I know how big one is, and I can't imagine having 20. Um,
One of them's
yeah,
giving the other a piggyback. Can you fireman carry a snake armor with a snake armor? That'd be cool.
instead of everybody was asking if the fang will fit on its back. Can you fit another snake armor on its
Yeah, the
back?
claw, you mean?
Giving it,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Giving it
It
a
would have been
piggyback
it,
ride.
it would have been an interesting feat in engineering for them to have rigged that where you could put a pilot on the claw or take the harness off and attach it to the back of the snake. That would have been neat. Hmm,
It
I
it
I never
will
suspected
sit.
it could.
The original could, I believe. I think.
Really? I
I
didn't know
think.
that. Yeah.
Um, but it will set up there. But it will not stay up there. You can set it up there long enough to get a picture of it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's not flush, but yeah, you
Uh, I
can.
think
So
I think Lawrence had the one where he showed that you could kind of balance it on the back of the hiss.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah.
Um,
Anyways, who else we got in the chat?
I think we're at the bottom. So
Oh, that's all.
I think we got to the bottom. Stanley saying Jay Con is in China, but Hasbro moved to Vietnam. Okay, so that see, I always thought Jay Con was like I guess that'd be true, like a factory, employee or something that was
Mm.
going sneaking in the break room with like a head and a leg going. She's got one of them little spy cams, one of them little tiny cufflink cameras.
I barely know how aliases and toy espionage works on this continent. I can't imagine what they do, like repel from ceilings and dance past lasers, but yet still put your name on the photo. Like I don't get it. It's fine.
It's like Mission Impossible to sneak a picture of a new
Yeah.
overlay vest.
Yeah. They'll never catch me leaking this photo. Now I just gotta stamp my name on that
Yeah,
and
put my name all over it 63 times. So
it's all fine.
let's see. Oh, so let me see what we want to. Well, let's do what we usually do because I have a feeling that this part might take a few minutes anyway. So, isn't it a shame that we're in this toy drought and there's nothing coming out right now?
Oh God, yeah. I miss the good old days when I would buy a toy once a week or even once a month.
Yeah, and it's just there's nothing going on right now. I used this same bit last week with Pop
I
Bundler.
know
It
that
don't work twice.
I caught it. That's why I just let you do it.
So you got any new toys?
As a matter of fact, by now I'd assume he's passed the test. So I showed you guys on a picture. I sent Darren and Lawrence a picture of this for Halloween. You can literally wear this thing if you work the arms. So just imagine answering the door and you know everything is fine. Go away.
If you could figure out a way to make the eye open when you
Yeah, if
just
you could
put
have a
them,
little, I wish there was a little switch on the back that you could expose to move the eye around, but you can't. You got to put your fingers on the glass. So you'll probably be wiping your fingerprints off this a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the eyeball like, is it like glossy, like glossy? Hold on, let me put you back up there.
Yeah, yeah. It's so imagine you remember when you were a kid and you're in the grocery store and your mom would give you a quarter and you'd go to the gumball machine and instead of getting a gumball, you wanted that little stupid toy in the case, the little bubble case.
Oh yeah.
Bubble case,
Ah,
stupid toy inside,
okay.
underneath some eyelids that function, right? And it's ratchety, so I mean you can feel it
Ah,
working a gear, but I don't understand the science. And the rest of this is really stupid simple, like just
yeah,
wire
it's just bendy
tentacles.
wire, right?
It's two types of tentacles repeated 3 times, and then you just plug them in play. That's it. And that's what you're paying. What is it? 70 US, you said it was?
70 and a 75 at the Trippin GameStop, the aforementioned Trippin GameStop.
Yeah. And like I explained to you, the reason I was like, okay, I'll buy it is because I essentially got about 10 to 15 off with by the time I was done with it. Because I'm still questioning, as fun as this is it a $70 toy or is it just a neat toy? you know?
It's man, I don't know, without having it in hand to feel the
That's where
weight
I'm
and
at.
whatever, and
Juggernaut
what.
was way heavier than this.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It looks really fun. I want it. I just can't justify it right now.
Yeah.
And
And
Graf says there's no science with that toy, just dark magic.
yeah, I get the Marvel origins of it. I bought it for Destro's Castle, right? The sit in the basement of Destro's Castle is like I'm relevant somehow, right? But um he has a
Look at me, I
little
can be classified.
yeah, I can do whatever I want. Brain cannon, fuck you. But like where is it? This thing. He comes with this little spiky ball. And I've talked a little bit about this with you and a couple other guys like Travis and Lawrence about you know the Hasbro they must have another company that they're bringing up to do stands because this thing was built to have a stand under it, but they don't include a
Yeah.
stand, right? So I'm like, if they're taking a page from Jada, that's good. If they're gonna start doing little projectile stands, I can kind of see signs of that in classified, but this is a pretty obvious need right here with this thing, and
That
it doesn't
that
have it.
thing's that thing's neat. Is it squishy? Because to me it
No,
looks like a Halloween squeaky toy for a dog.
Nope, it's a big plastic lug with just a clear lens inside and a mock, but you can wrap the tentacles enough that it looks like he's gonna chuck that thing at you and things like that, and it'll stay. But the tentacles, I won't undersell them. They're fun, but they're not at the point where you could comfortably like entwine a figure like in the movies when like an octopus grabs you and it swirls around you three
Well,
times.
yeah, yeah.
You're
Not
not
that
getting that.
bendy. Okay.
No, you're getting like the wire doesn't start until the bottom 4/5 really. Like this whole thing is just loose
Oh,
plastic here. The wire starts right around right here. So
okay.
you don't start getting curvature till about here. And then you've only got till this thick part, and that thick part will keep you from doing it. So
Oh, that kind of.
fun for a lot of stuff, just not everything you kind of wish it would be. So that's what I mean by is it worth $70 or is it just a really fun piece that I was willing to pay for, you know?
You know what that thing would be fun to have with when it gets here is Bayther, the dragon.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, and that's the other part of it too. Yeah, you're right. It would like be there would dwarf this thing and it'd be look cool as a parasite riding on him, like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I pulled
No,
out
that
some
was
mythic legions to pose it next to it just to see. And yeah, it fits with that whole sci-fi fantasy cosmic everything, right? Like it's versatile. So
yeah.
Bayther, yeah.
Man, that's great, man. I want it, man. It come up for pre-order, and I'm like, I really want it, and I didn't. And then I saw that it's in stock and it's shipping, and I was like, I I have I have a pile of GI Joes here. And more coming. I can't right now.
Yeah, and that's
So,
just it. I wish I did because you got I won't reveal what you got, but what you've got, I'm still waiting on it. I'm getting
yeah,
anxious. Like it's a
yeah.
lot. I've
Well,
already paid for it. Can we just get it here?
yeah. So let's see. Todd C is here. What's going on,
Hey
Todd?
guys.
And Todd says, Krusty about to get freaky with that.
Yeah, right. Well, my cats are at the X's this week. Otherwise, you'd be seeing my cat trying not to wear this.
Oh, oh, that's going to be awesome because I know you're
They,
still going to do it when they come back.
yeah, they put up with a lot.
I can imagine. And they make you pay for it too by always
That's
trying
right.
to show their butthole on live streams.
There's a reason that thing is up there on that shelf and not any other shelf in the house. That's the one I know they can't get to. There's no room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul
Hi, Paul.
Morales was in the house. What's up, Paul? And let's see. Woody says he canceled his, so
You
it's
can't. So,
interesting.
well, yeah, but I remember Woody did say he was cutting back on Marvel Legends, right? And
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah, and
That's
I don't blame him. Like it's Woody's the kind of guy that talks the talk, but he walks it too, right? We talk
yeah,
about cutting back on figures. Maybe guys are a little shocked when Woody says it, but it makes sense, and he does it, right? So
yeah. I mean, you
yeah.
gotta, everybody has a line. I mean, something,
Yep.
it might be like a line that we would never even see, but everybody's got one. Um, let's see. Matthew says, Shauna Gorath fights Conan, Solomon Kane,
That's yeah.
etc.
There's a lot
Shoot,
to that character that
no,
I don't know, but I think I've heard similar statements. Like Conan was a Marvel property, so it makes sense.
yeah, I know absolutely nothing about it other than like it was supposed to be like it's Dormammu, right? Wasn't he Dormammu, or was that something else?
No, but you're thinking in the same lines of a magic chaos deity kind of
Yeah.
creature, right?
Okay.
I think there was a naming problem with the movie that he appeared in because he appeared in Doctor Strange Universe of Madness, but they couldn't use the name for him or something.
Well, yeah, he was Dormammu in Doctor Strange,
Or Dormammu
right?
was in the first one. He was the deity that he tricked in the very first Doctor Strange, right? But the
Right.
Matthew, if you're bored, you could sort this out in the chat and we'll read it after.
Yeah, that's
Or
fine.
JLS if you're here.
I don't think JLS has ever been here.
I thought he
But he
had been
does.
once or
Well,
twice. Yeah.
he does watch you. So maybe
Oh, I think
JLS will
he's been around.
teleport over. Um,
Hmm.
so let's
Nonetheless.
see. Either way, it's cool. It's a cool toy. So I that would be one that I would want, knowing absolutely nothing about the lore. Just something you pick up just for a cool toy. So
Yeah, and I only brought it up to get it out of the way because I know you've got way more toys than I did this week.
uh, Todd C said he bought that $60 Batwing that's showing up at Ross. That's like the size of the Rattler.
Really?
Yeah, it's the I forgot what Batman it's from, but it's the wing, but it's like the size of the Rattler. It's huge, but Ross has
So
been getting them for $60.
So Todd, I'd be curious if anybody else, including Todd, picks that up. Let me know if those wings can be separated from the cockpit, like if you have to assemble it or whatnot. Because I mean, I don't mind a good flight cockpit. I don't necessarily need the bat wings.
I think it's all one piece. I think
Is
it's all
it?
molded together, but I could be wrong because I don't
I've never
have
seen
it.
it, so yeah.
Yeah, I've just seen pictures of people getting it online. Like there's a lot of people. I'm on Uncle Tim's Facebook page, and a
Okay.
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of people on Uncle Tim's page have been getting it at Ross and putting pictures on there. That's the only way I know.
So
Um,
the one I was looking at, because I've seen it come out, is the most recent Batmobile from the Batman movie with Pattinson there. I
yeah,
see that for about $100. And I know it's for a 7-inch figure and it's not a ramen car, but I'm wondering if that's as close as I need to get for a ramen car for some Pixar feel on the shelf. But then I think about how it would scale next to his tank and I go, no, I can't. Be a
yeah.
limousine.
I think it looks pretty neat though.
I like the way that one looked. I do. Like Batman
Todd
or
says
not.
Todd says it's the animated series Batwing. So,
Okay.
well, you
I
know what?
gotcha.
There would be enough room in it to comfortably put something. You wouldn't have to do quite as much pre-posing to get something in there as you do with the ramen stuff.
No. Did they ever make the movie Batwing from the from the third movie there? Like the very Tumblr styled one that he had. Took the bomb out to see it.
I
Did
don't
McFarlane ever
think
make one
so.
of those? That
I
one I
don't
would be
think so.
interested. I'd be interested in seeing how that turns out if he ever did it.
They hadn't done a lot from that movie, I don't think. Not that I keep up with it. I just don't
Yeah.
remember seeing much from that movie, which
Mhm.
is with good reason because it's fucking terrible. Derek
didn't
Holloman's
hate
in the
it.
house. I did.
What I'm talking about the one with Bane, right?
Yes.
Is that the third one? Yeah, that's the third one.
Yeah.
I didn't hate that. I just didn't think it was the best Batman movie they had made of the three. That's all. It was just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
No, I did not like it. I've come to appreciate it a little bit more, but I still don't like it very much. If it's on,
I'll admit it
I'm
was.
gonna turn it off.
I'll admit I think the best thing that came out of it was just realizing that's Tom Hardy doing Bane the whole time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that if I didn't
But
know, right?
but anyone can really do a Bane voice.
Exactly. But when he puts his hand on a guy's shoulder, he says, "Do you feel in control?" Just like,
Yeah.
oh, that was icy, man. Like that. I like that.
The
That's no country for old
beginning.
men kind of stuff right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most you've ever lost in a coin toss?
Damn right. Damn right.
Derek Holloman's in the house. What's up, Derek? Let's see. It's from the animated series, everybody's saying. Okay, so here we go. Last comment on the actual canon. Shumagorath is a Marvel comic creation, but he's a Cthulhu great old one. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, and Howard, Conan, Cole, Solomon Kane, etc., are all in the same universe. So
Thank you very much. I knew
thank
we
you
could
for
outsource.
settling that.
Yeah. This is why
Thank
you outsource information sometimes.
This is why we need to hire Matthew as a fact checker for conversations we don't know we're going to have.
Nope, he's taken. Somebody else's moderator. Can't touch him.
He can handle one more.
We can't afford him.
No. 610 Yojo Daddy's in the house. What's going on, buddy? He says, what's up, fellas? Y'all smash that like button and subscribe. Yes. I always forget to do that. So what else have you gotten in recently beside old eyeball there?
So
Sauron.
I'll get this out of the way too. I managed to track down another ESU figure for me, and then the one that I'm going to give away on there. And just to remind everybody, once Down South and I are squared away on how we're going to do it, I will give away an ESU figure here. But that was really about it. I bought the ESU figure. I bought a Marvel Legends figure, which I did just the best review ever on, and did not get any flack on that at all. No, I just a couple Marvel Legends figures, kind of shit the bed on some critiques, I guess. Oh well, but nothing to write home about, dude. You know what I mean? Like, just yeah, the Joe stuff is all I really focus on right now because there's so much coming.
Yeah, it's an onslaught. So, well, you got you got Slice and Dice.
Yeah, I did. I got Slice and Dice, and I got Quick Kick and whatnot. Right? Like I can talk about them, but it's just these aren't the big hitters that I was hoping they would be as far as my interest. Right? Like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I was more interested what you got this week because you got some of the you've got stuff that I want. Budo.
So
I did not get Budo. That is the point of all of that.
we got to work
Yeah.
our way into Budo. We got to ease our way into Budo. So, all right, let's see. I'll talk about what I got. So I got these guys. I got old Slice and Dice here. So they're all right. They all right. They're pretty good actually. I'm happy with them.
I think
This is one. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say one's definitely better than the other, though, right?
One
We
is
all can say that. Yeah.
Definitely better than the other. This is one that if people don't have him, they're going to be, I think, really pleasantly surprised about. And that is this version of Sarge. This is a badass figure. I love having this actual military version of Sarge that just fell over and all his shit fell off of him. So, got Sarge. So, of course, that means there's Mercer. Mercer is Mercer's as good as hoped for. No real complaints with Mercer other than the way he holds his weapons.
So
And I joke.
I didn't get him yet. They're on their way. I was hoping they were going to be here in time today, but they weren't. Let me ask, do you think now that you've seen Mercer in hand and you understood kind of what everybody was fearful of or critiquing about his height and size, do you think that's going to be silenced, or do you think the people that really got vocal about it will still have something to say about it?
I think they're going to feel stupid because he's not really that much shorter than Sarge is.
Okay. So it was
Like
really
he's
just a scale
it,
and
it
perception issue, was it?
yeah, he's like half a head shorter than Sergeant Slaughter, so
Okay.
it's not really that big of a deal in person.
Yeah. No.
Derek Mercer needs to be taller. No, he don't. He's not that. He's not as big as Sarge. He's right. He's just right. I did get these guys.
Yeah.
So I do dig these guys and give him a.
Well, which state loadout is that?
This is the Oregon State
Oh,
Trooper.
okay.
So I went from talking about how he didn't need a street sweeper shotgun to giving him an LMG.
Yeah.
Uh,
He needed something worse.
and so, but my other guy, I did just give a standard old shotgun to some Turk Murphy weapons.
Okay. That's awesome.
then-
I got to pull out my cops now.
So then let's see, we got this dude, got Skirp 10-25. This thing is massive, dude. It's so much fun. And then
It looks it.
I've still got him posed from some of my pictures.
How do you find
this-
the soft goods? Like, I know the helmet scrim, that's a whole other topic. Watch the video for those kind of conversations. But in general, what did you think of that that cloth?
Oh, it feels good. I don't feel like it feels cheap. It definitely feels better to me than the poncho thing that came with the infantry guy.
Yes, that's the cheap I'm thinking of. So it's not that.
It feels better than that to me on this guy. The poncho that the police officers come with, it's probably the same thing, but this one actually feels a little better to me. I don't know.
Okay.
It's not real thick. I mean, if you hold it up the light, I mean, you can see through it, but it doesn't feel as cheap to me as the infantry guy.
So honestly, like, it still looks like it probably is cheap, but it's done with a way with care. But I was wondering, like, it doesn't look like you can kind of scrunch it up and it would temporarily hold a form in a flap or something. Like, it looks like it would fall very limp.
Yeah,
It looks
you
limp.
can't.
Yeah, okay.
It's very limp.
And that's
my
how
biggest
thin it is. Yeah.
my biggest complaint with this guy, if you watched my video, was so where it wraps around his head. I
Mhm.
just can't get that twist where it's somewhere other than right there. It is twisted. It's sewn. Like, I thought he had like a hood, and you can pull it up about halfway up, but it doesn't like go all the way over like a
Yeah.
ninja hood, like V2 Storm Shadow looks.
No.
But it's sewn with that twist in it. And
So
I
could
was
you
thinking I
switch?
twisted it, and I
And
took it off.
I'm gonna have to play with that. I can't wait for that to get there because I think I've got 2 on pre-orders, but it just switching it over to the other shoulder wouldn't change it, right? Like, you're still having
No.
that issue no matter what.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're still gonna have that twist in it. And like I
Fair
said,
enough.
it's sewn in. You can work with it, but he looks good when you take the thing off of him. He looks good without it. And then there's the one that
God, I'm anxious for that.
everybody's. So I'm still trying to work on my review for this guy. It's been a hot mess trying to get my review done because I opened him up before I, even started filming. I couldn't wait. I'm really busy. I'm gonna talk about that here in a little bit, but I just had to go ahead and get this guy open. And so a lot of people are saying that this guy is going to be classified of the year. If he's not, he's going to be top 5 for anybody that gets him and does a list, but probably at least top 3. There's really nothing to dislike with this dude. He's such a good figure, and I do
And
not care at all about Budo and samurai stuff.
that's just it. I'm not overly connected to the character, but I love the art side of this and the things that they've done, decisions that were made with it. And I was eager to see what you guys thought of it. I was mad you guys got it before me by so much that I couldn't share thoughts with you before it. But imagine if that kit didn't work, right? Like that
Oh,
was what I
oh
was
yeah,
afraid of because it uses the mushroom peg seating and it's like Tripwire's kit, right? Like add-ons after add-ons.
yeah. So I've got actually there's all his extra
Yeah.
stuff.
And
But
that's
like
what I
he's
didn't want to hear was that the kit doesn't work.
it
Oh no.
it it works, but on so the one that I've got on him now, the samurai armor, I do recommend heating it up. Like
Mhm.
there's where it pegs in, um, like right there. I do recommend heating up the side that the peg snaps into, and using some little forceps or something to help put it in there, because this one is very, very tight, the samurai style armor. Now the other ones are they're not that bad. His other one that goes on him, it's not nearly as bad as that one is getting it snapped on him. But he's great. He's a great figure.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm looking forward to doing that. But long
say
review, right? Has to be.
uh, yeah, if you're going to try to show every kind of configuration you can do with this guy, it's going to be a long review, or you're going to do a lot of editing. So I'm actually the way I'm doing mine is I'm now, since I've got him open, is I'm
Mhm.
putting gear on him, stopping it, putting gear on him, then showing that and kind of showing the stages of it.
Sure.
But if you're going to
Mhm.
sit there and try to film taking everything on and taking everything off the way that I usually do, it will be a very long review.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that was kind of my segue to warn off a few guys. I think what you're gonna see from the next few kits between Budo and the Ostriker are some long reviews because there's some big sets coming out with a lot to
uh,
talk about.
Budo, Budo is, but he's man, he's so good. I will say what's up to HK Viper
Mm,
and
how's it
has
going?
slipped in here, and Triple D's Dungeons. Dave, what's up? What's
Hey,
happening?
hey.
You inglorious plastards. And there's
Yeah.
J Astro saying, I'm surprised at how well the extra armor pegs worked. Actually, using those are a bitch. Mine worked great. Oh,
Yeah.
the other set is good, but that one takes some finagling. So I got those guys. Then of course I got I got Officer Doofy Flint.
Yeah, I saw you
Um,
try to win the lottery on your little thing. Sorry, buddy. 1 in
yeah,
82.
yeah, so if I'd have got that one, man, maybe I'd be in Belize by now, and because I'd have sold that sucker. And there's Cover Girl. Her card art's not great either, but so
Well, none of it is.
I still
None
haven't
of it
gotten
is. Have you
around.
noticed?
Oh yeah, believe me, I've
Yeah.
noticed.
But not just
Uh,
with the retro. I mean, even the classified, they've gone to a stylized art that is very lifeless.
I I still like the box art.
I
Some
don't
of it
mind
better
it,
than
but
others.
you can
Um,
definitely sense a style change in it.
oh yeah, for sure. And then the last thing that I've got was today. This guy right here come in.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. That's
Literally,
supposed to be tomorrow too, apparently.
so just just today it come in, and I don't even think I'm going to be able to open this thing up till like Saturday. I don't. I'm so busy. But you want to know what the
Hmm.
most important favorite thing that I've gotten in the last 10 days is? It's nothing I just showed you.
What is it?
This guy,
Oh, I know that guy. That guy drank Tim Hortons with me.
that guy right there. is back in the house. Tuco Viper is back in Tennessee. He is the best thing that I have gotten in recently. Bobby Wald's here
Hey,
saying that's a
Bobby. Yeah,
dirty but effective move Hasbro pulled with Flint's card
it
art. I
is.
agree
Yeah,
because they sold out that day.
it's paying attention to trends, right? Exclusivity trends, FOMO trends. Can't fault them for
Uh,
it.
yeah, it's brilliant, but it's kind of cheap. It's
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of a
not.
cheap shot.
Well, I mean, either you bite or you don't. I am not, but I can see
Yeah.
why they would say, "Hey, if you're going to order Flint, why not do it directly through us?" And here's the reason why, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying about it. Like it was just kind of a throw in to say, well, we know everybody hates the card art over here, but at the time we're going to start shipping them, if we do something over here, maybe kind of distract from it, maybe you'll say, oh yeah, that card art's shitty, but maybe I'll get this special one and everybody's not talking about it again.
Well, just interesting. We should get back to Tuco in a second, but I'll close out on this thought. Like, so the Flint was a swing and a miss as far as everybody taking super appreciation in that style of art that they use. And I'm like, okay, but let's see the next one they do, because if they're going to go back to switching up artists to do these things, then that's probably for a positive, right? Like, um, that was a stylized comic looking art. And I've seen Marvel Legends pull in artists that we've seen before and liked. Like when the G.I. Joe went to the EU and they relaunched the EU G.I. Joe, there was a series of alternative covers by DNA that everybody was like, "Oh, I like those. I've got those off in my pile somewhere." That was the one that had the Valkyries on the cover that everybody liked,
Hmm.
right? That's the same person that's done some of the Marvel Legend card art. So if
Yeah.
like like so it's just card art's hit or miss. I don't care, but so long as they keep switching it up, then I'm kind of open-minded about where it goes.
I I wish they'd pick a style and stick with it. Just don't pick the shitty AI style. People are saying
That one,
that the box art on the side that I don't mind. People are saying that's AI generated. If it is, why didn't they use that for those retro cards? So,
yeah.
graph your comment there. So, uh, you can kind of move that around. You can kind of move that sheath around on his back, but it's got a lot of play in it, but that's reaching back like you can get him like he's just barely getting ready to draw it and slide it out, or if you want to pull it out some more like he's already started
Every
started pulling it.
yeah. So every time you aren't those the wrong side for the swords? I know somebody's chimed in about that before. Didn't we have this discussion about Storm Shadow at some point?
Oh,
Like for
we've
those
had that
that find it relevant, it's very relevant.
we've had that discussion many times. If Matthew is in the chat still,
Yeah.
um, Stanley saying send Tuco to Seattle. It's too late. It's too
Yeah.
late.
You waited so
Um,
long to come back.
although I'm pretty sure there is a shot of you with Tuco that may surface. Just saying.
You were
Um,
drunk, but we did it.
you could see half of him.
Yeah. Back to
A-
back.
HK Viper says, just got his all striker today. I dig it.
Nice.
Flint is in DHL limbo. And my cousin's got something in DHL limbo right now, too.
No. Yeah, I have everything in DHL limbo.
So Bobby says I'm waiting to see him do it with the Lady J retro figure. So here's my thoughts. Like if they're gonna do that with the contest or whatever with the card art, this was my whole point. They need to do it going forward with one figure in every retro wave, just to make themselves not look so bad by doing this.
I think I agree, and you know, Bobby put a very specific name out there. Retro Lady J was way back in the retro line. If you're going to do this 1 in 82 lottery and you're going to pick characters, I would entice you to do the ones that people missed out on that are no longer available. I'm not electing Lady J on that list, but right now I know people are paying a considerable amount for a traditional Snake Eyes, right? Use him for an example,
Yeah.
or another crack at a traditional Destro or Zartan. These are the ones I would remarket that art with, or a troop builder like the Crimson Guard. Those are the
Yeah.
ones I would focus on doing this with, because then you'll get people that are more comfortable with running that 1 in 82 lottery and accepting a lost result and still having the figure they kind of wanted.
Yeah, I think a troop builder would be smart to do that with because people wouldn't be quite as disappointed if they don't get the car. You've seen the thing people talking about, where they were talking about going to buy these flints and return them, and it says right there on it, like no returns. These sales are final, no returns on flint.
Yeah, might
I
as well
wonder
just say, eat it, sucker.
how many people did not read that and bought like
Yeah.
6 of them, dumbasses. Evil Dookie says, reporting for duty. What's up?
Nice. Yeah, the Hasbro prophecy, a fool and his money are soon parted. Ha ha ha. We got
Yeah.
you. No.
Got him. Well,
Got him.
Graph says, we must form a circle and summon the Matthew for answers.
Conjure the Matthew.
Sabir Del Norte is here. Says, hey, Darren Crow. Good evening, everybody. So what's up?
Hey, that
Sabir?
reminds me, Sabir, thank you for constantly being here and asking the good questions. Just because it's been asked a couple of times and it might ever get asked again. No, the Phalanx does not have a tow hitch on the bottom of that 3D molded lav, so you can't hook up an MMS to it. It wouldn't happen anyways. You wouldn't do it, but that tow pintle is not on there. So if you have visions of that thing happening, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I can't take pictures of that because it can't be done.
And I meant to actually look at this before the show. So Eagle Dookie brought this up. So there's a retro flint variant on eBay for $405.
Doesn't that sound sensible and reasonable for 1 in 82? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you pay that? Would you pay that?
No, I wouldn't pay it. But if I was somebody that was OCD about having variants and errors, what are you going to do?
So I wouldn't pay it, but I would expect somebody to.
Oh yeah.
That's the bottom line.
I wasn't lying. If I'd have got one, I'd have put it on eBay, but I'd have put it on eBay for what I paid for it. And
I would have taken it to Joe Fest.
Man, I probably wouldn't be able to find that thing by Joe Fest.
But hold it up like a grail.
Yeah.
Make your offers.
Trade this for a USS flag.
Yeah.
But
all of them.
If I'd have got it, like I was going to make a video on it and then I was going to put it on eBay, but I was going to put it on eBay for starting bid at $25, and somebody wants to pay $405.
Oh, just tell people to
have
fight.
Yeah, give them
schoolyard brawl.
Give them little tiny daggers about 6 inches long and say, "Fight to the death."
Yeah. The outcome will be decided on a live.
Yeah, right. That would be a hell of a some kind of a giveaway, though. You talk about baiting on a giveaway.
It would be so. Imagine how the Punkathon there, the Toys for Tots charity event with certain Reds and all that there, how that would go if somebody went, "I'm doing a live auction on 1 of 82 Flint." Right?
Oh yeah.
I would pull in some dough if he was donating it to Sergeant Reds. Like all of that, I'd be like, "What? You're doing well."
Yeah,
that's a good pull.
That would be a good idea. Oh, let's see what Bobby's saying. Here's one that happened yesterday. I got one of those emails that have been charged without knowing I've been charged. So I start looking at my orders and notice my divers are the right price. What's the wrong price?
$5 more than, I don't know. Wasn't there something about people? There was something people got charged initially when they bought it. It was like 70, but when they saw their credit card, they had added $5 for something. And I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh,
the MMS or
maybe it may have been because I know it went up. Amazon raised it up to 80. Amazon had it for 75 and they raised it to 80.
I think Lawrence was talking about it the other night. I just wasn't really paying enough attention to nail down the exact details of it. But what was that Bobby's comment or?
That was Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah. What he said kind of resonates as in that theme of discussion, right? So.
Yeah. So let's see. I something pulled up that I should have already had pulled up, but I accidentally closed that folder. So I hate when I do that.
Well, you're the
So
tech guy, so I can't say anything. I'd do it worse.
I know. So let's see. Let me move some screens around because that actually leads into something that uh, we were going to talk about anyway. So since we're talking about stuff costing more than what, you know, what we thought, how about that? Um, these about these guys was showing up on Pulse and uh, what?
Maybe that was the figure they were talking about. No, I don't know if that was, but yeah.
No, so these guys are 50 figures. You know,
Yeah.
they showed up on Amazon. Everybody went nuts. We ordered them on Amazon and everybody was happy. Of course, they sold out. And then was it Monday, Tuesday, whenever it was, they
Mhm.
finally showed up on Pulse and they're $40.99 on Pulse. So does that mean that the price point for a deluxe figure has gone up $6?
Well,
Six
the price
damn
point of
dollars.
so the price point of a standard figure went up by 3, did it not?
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be the kind of math where you think, well, double and then double and then double. Proportionately more content gets put into the box that costs more money, and they've decided that that's going to equate to a double dollar figure for you. It doesn't need to make sense to us. It certainly makes sense to them, I guess. But yeah, I think that's probably the new standard going forward.
So I don't know how I feel about $41 for a deluxe figure. So then there's just
Right?
the regular without my handiwork over the top of it. So I just like I had to show that because I think dude, I don't know, 41 bucks. Now I know we get a lot of new tooling with the deluxe figures. So, yeah, and we get a lot of stuff in deluxe figures that either you're not going to see again or it's going to be a long time before they can work it in to stuff. So, I know a lot of the deluxe stuff goes to paying for tooling. I mean, look at,
But it
heavy
always
duty
did. It always
Budo.
went for, yeah. But look at Tripwire Snow Job. I mean, like, to me, like, I understand the logic behind that, but that's not enough to carry over the reasoning for me. Like, this is straight up shipping politics and costs stuff coming out of the current climate, as I see it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Right. I'm not a finance expert and I'm not
right.
American. Right. But at the same time, what a corporation, call it that, a corporation like Hasbro is going to do to protect itself is going to be look exactly like this every time I picture it. Figures going up at
Yeah.
costs that are not rational to what the expectation looks like.
So if this is the price point going forward, like deluxe figures are going to be they're going to have to be really damn good for me
Mhm.
to pick them up, or especially with the ESU police. I have two. I wouldn't mind having another one or two, but I don't know if I want them at $42 a piece.
And
You know,
that's it too. I'm trying to find more to give away right now while I can get them at the price I get them at because of my discounts and things like that. And while I can find them, I'll hunt them. But if I'm paying full price like this over time, yeah, that's gonna keep it for me. For me, the one where I'm finally ready to go, like, yeah, you had me for a little while, but now you're losing me, was the Cobra Law stuff. I
yeah.
was hanging on to Cobra Law, going, yeah, okay, I kind of like what you're doing with this property, enough that I'll pay for it. But now you ask me how excited I am to jump through any kind of hoop to get the Python O tomorrow. I'm not. I don't care.
Yeah, that's one I'm going to talk about here.
Mhm.
So Sabir's bringing it up, so we'll go ahead and mention that. Isn't Ghost Viper in that category too? Because Ghost Viper tomorrow, Walmart's Collector Con starts. Should be not. It's 9 my time. So
Yeah.
whatever that nine, it's 9 central. So it'll be 10 for you, Crow. So whatever that is, isn't Ghost Viper in that category too? So that is a figure and pet, and it has gone up $10. But I asked this question somewhere else, might have been Pop and Matthew, I don't remember. And they said that was probably not going to be the standard for the figure and pet,
No.
but because Ghost Viper has so much added on shit and extra tooled stuff, it's probably a special price point for that set.
So the Ghost Viper, I think they threw that into a small vehicle for set, think Ram or
Yeah.
Night Force Shockwave with a Ram, or even the Flight Pod Televiper kind of price point. That's where I see that, and it goes to emphasize one of the points you brought up too, and draw eyes on it. If we're going to say that the money goes towards new deco and providing more plastics, pet sets, and deluxe sets, and everything like that, right? Okay, so we've seen timber a few times before, so there wasn't really any deco to do that. Just buy the new plastic and mold it as such, dye it as such, right? But like Triple C brought up a long time ago, the snake head that's going to fit on your Cobra Troop, your Cobra Viper, or the wolf head that fits on him, and those hands that are going to fit on him, the reuse for those will probably likely occur in another deluxe set. So again, where is that deco money going to be assigned, right? So
Yeah.
are they spending it and saying that it has to be that way, or they just tell you it's got to be that way and hope you just accept that, right?
So while we're talking about that, so I thought I had a picture of the Ghost Viper saved. I got everything else. I can't find my picture of Ghost Viper. So, but you guys know what the Ghost Viper and Timber looks like. What if we get this done up in Ghost Viper deco? The Scorpion.
I'd be mad. Honestly, I would. Because it means it
Get-
comes out as another deluxe animal set. I'm going to be paying for the Ghost Viper at full double cost again. Give me a
it's
single Viper first.
it's 155 or $10 for the Ghost Viper Scorpion. So
I'm gonna have to call Woody and ask him, like, how many are you buying of this? Because I've got to rationalize what this looks like, right? Because I think even he would be like, the fuck I'm buying that many of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Ghost Viper. Now the Collector Con at Walmart is tomorrow and Friday. So I don't know if they're releasing blocks of stuff tomorrow and then the rest of it on Friday, because I think they've done it that way before. Oh, it spins too.
No, I can just do it because it's sturdy enough. They
It's a
built it
fidget.
spiky.
It's
Yeah, it's
also
a
a
fidget
fidget spinner. Oh my God. Now I've got to get it.
Keep telling me the thing you were saying. I'm okay
Oh,
right now.
I don't remember what I was saying. I'm looking at the
I'll put it
thing now.
away.
I've squirreled away.
God damn it.
Damn you,
Collecticon, Walmart.
Shamur Ragnarok.
Oh,
So Walmart. So I
yeah.
don't know if everything is going up both days or if they're splitting it in two. So be aware, like tomorrow, if Ghost Viper don't show up and everybody's freaking out. So I don't know. Look, if you want Ghost Viper, if you're gonna try for him, look tomorrow. But it would make sense if they waited till Friday, because Friday is when the Pulse thing is and
Mhm.
when we're getting the Pulse panel. So I haven't seen if that's been confirmed or not as to like if it's definitely going up both days, just tomorrow, or either or. So keep that in mind if you're on there tomorrow looking and you don't immediately see it. So here's the Pulse thing for New York Comic
Well,
Con.
the bottom line is there's only one thing I want to know out of all of this now that we've gotten the reveals for four figures, like, right? Like, there's
Mhm.
probably going to be another reveal for something deluxe-ish.
Oh
And
yeah.
they've mentioned winter stuff. And
Yep.
I'm just like, okay, that's what we're going to see. I'll look forward to that. The rest of it, me.
Yeah, I mean, we know what reveals or what renders that we've got, so it'll be name only reveals and any surprises. So we know, like you mentioned, there's something snow related, winter related, and they said, what they say, covert, something covert. We've been talking about trying to guess what it is. So I still say polar battle bear, but I know snowmobiles aren't exactly the most covert thing in the world.
Not really. But I mean, we're talking
Uh,
about the fictitious Joe lore, and that's coming from me. So, I mean, carry that with what you want. But
I
what if it's something that never existed in G.I. Joe until they made it?
so I have a thought about what that could be. I
Hmm.
don't think it would be, but so what if they do some kind of reissue of Snow Job and they give him the sleds that he used in Revenge of Cobra to slide through the tunnels to go find the fragment of Weather Dominator, and they use those toboggan sleds to go through
Okay.
there. That would be stealthy. That would be covert. So that's just my out of left field guess for it.
So you know how I feel about the box art that they do for the clues and the Easter eggs and the references to other episodes and how we react to it, right? Like the
Oh
first
yeah,
time everybody started seeing the toss and cross on the back of a box, they're like, It's coming!" It's like, no, they own the digital rights to produce that in any image they want. They own that, right?
yeah,
So but I can't keep ignoring the old ice guy there in the Mars thing that comes in on the dog sled team in the sled because it's
yeah,
sitting on the back of the Snake Eyes and Polar Bear box, and it looks as simple as reprinting timbers and making a cool sled. And
yeah.
so maybe there's some weight to that. I just hope it's the bear, the battle bear. I really do. I want people to get closure on that thing.
Yeah, well, we need it.
Yeah.
That is a good guess, and that guess makes sense because it fits in with the whole mass device. So I think that's a pretty
It's
valid
as
guess.
niche as the rest of that mass device
Yes.
stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Um, Sabir saying Pythona same price as Nemesis and in stock. Um, I've thought about this price point. I don't know. Like I'm guessing Pythona is going to be anywhere from $35 to $55. I don't. I'm guessing probably.
That
I,
sounds about right.
once a man Cobra Commander was 40, and if they're going up on that stuff, 40 to 45 sounds logical.
My to me, the concern isn't really about the price because we're in the middle of flux on guessing prices right now because everything's
Yeah,
shifting,
for
right?
sure.
But the I think the real important part of what Sabir is pointing out is that in stock. So again, we're rolling the dice on. I don't think it'll stay. I don't think this won't be a problem when you go to pre-order. It'll be more of a problem if you're not a Pulse Premium member and, they're already aggravated. You could expect to be more waiting for it to come available to you.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense. Why would I print an overstock of these when I'm never going to be able to reuse that buck again? Like there is stuff that you are not going to see again on some Cobra Law shit.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't think she's gonna be in stock to ship like in a couple of days or whatever. Or like immediately, whatever, but possibly in stock like they did with Cold Slither,
Yeah. I
like
gotta
the
excuse
first
myself
people.
for 1 sec.
Okay. So like the people that were able to get Cold Slither that very first time, those couple days, whatever that it went up, or it went up the one time, then it come back a week, and then the next day, those Cold Slither sets shipped after the convention. So I think possibly like they will be there, but it'll say shipping after New York Comic Con, possibly. Although the flip side of that is they've still got two more conventions they're taking that figure to. The MCM is in London the week of Punk's Punkathon, the 24th, 5th, and 6th. And then I don't know when that Singapore convention is. I can possibly see them having it, but waiting until all of those conventions are over to ship it. I don't know. It's a real toss up on whether or not Pythona will go. Those are my two guesses. It could be after the convention is done and all those people have it, or they could wait until all the conventions are over. So, yes, Jay Astro, your one critical error is assuming Walmart does anything driven by any sort of logic. It's like Walmart and Pulse have the same people running their online shit. You can order, if you're lucky enough to order Ghost Viper, don't worry, they'll probably cancel it, and then you'll see everybody on Facebook finding it in the damn store. I saw again, I went in that one Walmart that I found Crystal Ball in.
Yeah.
I went back in there yesterday hoping maybe, just like I was hoping I'd see Crystal Ball, maybe they'll have Ghost Viper. And of course they didn't, but they still had like a dozen Crystal Balls. They'd restocked everything. They have a peg for that Night Force 2-pack, but I've never seen that in there. I've never seen it show up there. So yeah, Walmart's awful, man.
Well,
so
they're afraid of me.
Oh yeah, you scared them into sending you stuff.
I actually got my package the very next day because they were like, "We gotta track this insane old man down a freaking Night Force pair because he's losing his mind with their excuses."
You're gonna get yourself banned from ordering from Walmart like Moody did.
No, but I mean, like, so the thing about Walmart is, while I want to jump on the rage because I have just as much rage about Walmart ordering as I do going to their store and looking at their shelves. I have to like purposely remind myself they aren't a toy store. They're a big box, hodgepodge store of everything, right? And they're not going to hire dedicated toy staff who treat the toy situation with any kind of ethics or punctuality or diligent oversight whatsoever, the way a toy store does. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can only get so mad, and then I'm just really just frustrated that I'm left with no choice but Walmart sometimes. That's the issue for me.
Yeah, and I mean they're always so sketchy with the way they do stuff, man. I don't know why they run shit the way they do, but it's been like that way back when. So I was trying to at Bobby on the YouTube chat, but I realized he's watching on your channel, Crow. So
is my chat showing up in this stream?
So it does not show up on YouTube, but it shows up on the StreamYard chat.
Okay, so, and is that what you're putting up as a StreamYard chat?
Yes, that's what I'm highlighting.
Yeah, so, no, I just want to apologize to anyone watching off my channel. I cannot see the chat on my channel right now because I'm in this.
So yeah, I wish they would get that. All the stuff they do to StreamYard all the time. I wish they would get that fixed. But anyway, so Bobby, Globulus Floaty Pod count as a vehicle? I would say whenever we get him, yes, I would expect him to be $75-$80 when we get him.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got one or two pieces of functionality and it's weight in plastic, you would have to think of it as a vehicle. I think it's just that size, right? So kind of
Demakism, what's up?
Hey, D-Mac.
Popping in here. Says,
always a good time, buddy.
See Pythona being $60 after tax. Possibly, who knows? Who knows? They're making up their own prices, as they go with this new stuff. So, let's see, just going through looking at the chat. Claw repaint. The claw's already kind of Arctic theme. Snake armor too. They're both kind of Arctic-y. I would
they're
say.
Arctic-y enough. I don't think we're looking at a hiss yet, but I mean, I'd be impressed if we were already looking at a hiss, and it would make sense that hey, we told you, we leaked about it during the Hasbro stuff, or the HasLab stuff, but I don't suspect it's that right now. I don't mid-size, right?
I don't think they said size-wise. I don't think they said. I don't think it's going to be the Arctic Hiss. I could be wrong. I mean, we know we're getting it, and it would make sense for it to be a Cobra vehicle to have it in place for whenever the Snowcat shows up. But maybe they're going to build up the Joe Arctic stuff, and it is a Battle Bear or something.
Well, so when I did my little just for fun predictions, one of the things I was logicking out is they could get away with doing the Cobra. I think it was the Ice Snake. They have two. Cobra has two really cool looking light snow vehicles, like the Skidoo types that Gridiron made something very similar to them.
Mhm.
And the Ice Snake and the Ice Wolf. And the Wolf was about bigger than a Vamp, I think, because it could
Oh
carry
yeah,
6 figures. But the Snake was a lot like the Polar Battle Bear, where it had one driver and you could put some riders on it. And that's
yeah,
one I was like, that's a really doable and logical kind of vehicle, and you could do a classified spin and whatever. So I'm very
yeah.
eager to see what it is either way. But if it turns out that they do that vehicle, I'll be very flattered that I was right.
Yep. Well, we can clip this, and you
Yeah.
can turn it into a commercial, and maybe even do a new segment like Crow's
Oh
mystical
yeah.
picks, and get you a
And then
salami hat.
at least every 5 minutes on every video I do from that forward, you'll hear, and you remember when I predicted that, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, doo, 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 blah, blah,
that's right.
blah.
If you name everything, eventually you'll probably be right.
That's right. I
Um,
predict they'll do a lot of the figures in the line. I was right.
I knew it all along. Insider info, where our
Yeah.
contact at Hasbro told me.
Yeah, you
Uh,
haters just don't understand.
nope. We got Just Plain Yogurt in the house saying Target is worse. You get an email every month saying your pre-order is delayed and respond to approve it. Then they put a pending charge on your card for it to not actually charge. Yeah.
And so
Turk
Target,
Murphy's here. What's up, Turk?
hey, Turk. So Target is why I'm glad GameStop kind of just gets the stuff that Target gets for us out here, because there's been times
Yeah.
where guys have said, listen, I know you're in Canada, but you could try and order this from Target if you really wanted it. I have never heard good stories from Target ordering systems from the vocal majority. And that's why I'm like, I would just complicate that. And it seems like it's already a mess.
You're able to scare Walmart into sending your stuff. Maybe it'll work with Target. Hmm. Jay Astro's saying I agree. Pythona is comparable in extras to Ghost Viper. I bet 55 plus tax. So I possibly, possibly. Joe Fan 84 is in the house. What's up, Joe
Hey
Fan?
guys.
How
I
you
also know
doing?
that a toy kind of mood I think is streaming right now too, doing his quick thing for the night too. So it's fine. We'll probably see guys in and out throughout.
Ah, yeah, that's good. So we're more fun. We're way more fun.
It's big enough YouTube, please. We have replays too.
That's right. We got 26 watching though, so hit that like button wherever you're watching on, and I appreciate it, fellers.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
all right, so let's see. So let me get back to
Tuco.
see where I want to go.
Did you
Yeah, I
finish everything
guess
you wanted to talk about Tuco?
no,
We got
and I
sidebarred
guess
on that.
yeah, I guess we probably do that better than having to try to remember to come back to him. So, all
Yeah,
right,
I didn't want to take
so
away from that.
So give you guys a quick little update on Tuco Viper. So you down to about a month wait on Tuco. So I can say probably first week of November will be able to finally see Tuco Viper. I'm busting my ass trying to get everything done for this video. Been a tremendous amount of work. I've still got quite a bit left. And I also got a side project that involves Tuco that I'm also working on trying to get done as well. And I can't say much about that one because I can't give any details of that thing away at all. So I'm tied up. So like I was talking about when I was talking about my Budo review, and I've got the All Striker. I haven't opened Flynn and CoverGirl yet. I'm so bogged down with the stuff that I'm trying to get done for later because it requires so much work. That's why I haven't been putting up a lot of reviews. I mean, I've reviewed most everything I've got, but it hasn't always been like the same day. So if you're interested in watching my reviews on that stuff, they will be coming. They're just not going to be very timely because the Tuco Viper project kind of supersedes
Hey,
everything right now other than show prep.
Hey, big shooter, I'm gonna need a minute here. I'm listening, and I'm gonna mute myself and turn the camera off there. But just while I buy myself some time to have a dart, do you mind taking up the whole screen? Why don't you give yourself big screen and give these people your handsome face to look at rather than my
They don't
circle?
they don't want to look at me. People are gonna come in here and go, we came in here for crusty old crow. We didn't come here to see this dude talk about stuff. Uh, so that's kind of the rundown on what's going on. But I'm super excited to almost be done with the Tuco Viper project. It's been a lot of fun, and I know we talk about it all the time, bring it up all the time, and every now and then some people are like, "What the hell's Tuco Viper?" But it's almost done. I've got a few pictures that I've got to do with him. I went and did all of my off-site pictures with Tuco over this past weekend, and then I have a few that I have to do here at the house that I've got to set up a couple shots. I got a couple shots I got to do outside. And then my plan is next weekend, I will be giving him to Pop Blender, which is a 25-minute drive. So Pop Blender can finish his pictures. And then all I got to do is finish putting everything together. And I do have some wraparound commentary that I'll have to do that's going to take a while. But so that's why I'm saying look for that probably the first week in November is when we'll finally get to see this thing we've been talking about for a year.
Yeah,
So
and
just
and sorry, is my mic on? Yeah, yeah. So the
yep,
thing
you're good.
the thing I like about that whole project, right? So yeah, it's yours, and you're editing and doing all that, but it's not like you wrote what the people are putting on out there. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no.
Like this is all other creators and other guys with visions of stuff and what they decided to put out there for everybody else to see. So I kind of like that we're a year passed, and now we get to see what that year looks like. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope people tune in for it, and I hope it reflects the work that went into it. But if as long as it's entertaining and people are just get to see some neat stuff and some funny stuff, but a lot of really good ideas
Well,
people have put
you
into it.
don't forget, everybody who participated in this made an investment in it because you can't do something like this without shipping it and paying those fees. And you want to make sure it's assured. So everybody who contributed to this, like I know they can't wait to see their stuff. Right. Like
Yeah,
there was
I hope
efforts
not.
across the board for it and a worthy cause for sure for fun like that. So
Um, yeah, I hope so. I hope people are, that were involved in it are really excited to see how the whole thing turns out versus what they did,
yeah.
versus what other people did. And like you said, it's all I'm doing is putting it together to tell the narrative with some graphics and stuff. It's
Yeah.
nothing in it I've edited or done in any way. This is it's what people have sent me that they wanted to put into it. So
And
um
it's not a slam against anybody for anything, but if you think about it, that Viper in 1 year has been to more places on this globe than most people do in a whole lifetime.
it's he's been more places than I'm ever gonna go. I can tell you that
Yeah.
unless I wind up getting that retro Flint card and sell it for $1 million.
I feel you're overestimating the value of it, but go, try.
Well, it's already up to what was it, 430? So, there's hope.
Yeah, it's not that far of a stretch.
Let's see. Look at the chat here. Joe fans got Playmates Captain Picard coming. You know what I've been seeing show
Mm.
up? I don't know if anybody in the chat is going to be big into this. Maybe Joe fan actually. Maybe did you do Power Rangers? Because I've been seeing the new Power Rangers. It's Playmates that's got the license now for it, right? Um, I've been seeing those show up everywhere, Walmart especially.
Is that right?
Yeah, they look like they're Power Rangers, but they look like turtles.
See,
Um,
yeah, and I haven't seen them yet. I'm not a Power Ranger fan. I won't be collecting them, but
I've just noticed them because they disappeared because Hasbro had the license and then Hasbro lost it and they vanished. And now all of a sudden there's a small Power Ranger sections at the
Mm.
Walmarts, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I remembered that, oh yeah, Playmates was going to take those over.
Wow.
Um,
There we go.
yeah, see, that's what I figured. You were we most of us just missed Power Rangers by a couple of years. So
Yeah.
uh,
I was starting
uh,
high school when they were taken off.
yeah, I was never into Power Rangers, but I know they were huge, and then they have a lot of cool toys.
Yeah.
Never could find them. So, you back ish?
I'm just having a smoking session here. So
Okay.
I'll just need 2 more seconds, but I mean, I'm present. Why do you need to deal with Pretzel here shortly?
No, I will here in a
Hmm.
few minutes. It's good right now. No,
Yeah,
just checking, just
just
checking. So
taking a second. I figure people don't need to see me doing that filthy habit more than usual, or I'll go to Smoking Joe's and do it for real.
that's right. Do the real deal over there.
Oh,
So
that'll
that
still happen tonight too.
yeah, that's true that.
Yeah.
So let's see. So we can go into what's shipping. So I think that's pretty much everything that we've talked about. So I know the one thing like I didn't talk about is I didn't order the MMS with Hawk. Of
Hmm.
course, I didn't order V4 Snake Eyes, and these
Wait.
prices and this onslaught of stuff that people are getting, we're all experiencing. There's been talk about people like canceling some stuff just because it's so much. So
Yep.
I made that choice too. I canceled the GI Joe modular fortification. I canceled the Joe one.
That
That was my cutout.
No, that's good. That's people, I respect that. That's people acting on what they've been discussing a lot lately. Like, hey, if a toy company's going to do this, maybe it's time for me to make a certain call. And these guys are making that call. Like, I've got nothing negative to say about that. Good
Yeah.
call. Cancel it.
N-
If I get fed up, I'll cancel. I've canceled a couple of things, but not the Joe stuff. I've canceled a lot of Marvel.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that's the only Joe thing that I really looked at and was like, I don't really need that because I don't love it. I have so I've got the Cobra one. So I ordered the one and
Mhm.
I never opened it because I don't really care for it. And we've talked about this. So it went back up for pre-order and I saw that like you really need two to do anything with it. So I ordered one when it went back up and I was able to get one. So I actually have two. I haven't opened either one of them. They're still in the box over here behind me. And that was the other thing, like snake armor. Like people are, we're getting snake armor too in this last couple of weeks. Everybody's gotten the snake armor. I haven't opened my other snake armor. I haven't opened my second snake armor yet. So
Well,
it's a
I only
good.
feel so bad for you when you say it's your second snake armor, right? Like if we're going to talk financial crux,
uh,
let's get real.
well, so I actually had ordered four. I ordered four snake armors. I canceled two of those.
Yeah.
So somebody when they went back up, um, somebody got the two that I canceled, but I do have two.
Well, that's fair.
Let's see. Look at the chat here. So Graph was saying Power Rangers are for the children's as I sit here and play with Megatron Armor Skeletor.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Get through this. And Sabir says I might miss those entirely because I don't have the Cobra version either. Um,
Yeah, I ordered one of the Joe version, but I explained to Down South 77 why. It was because that military thing, every range I ever went to, there was some guy that always got stuck sitting in this guard at side of the road by himself, like 2K away from everybody else, in a shitty little wooden shack, freezing his balls off. And that's all I bought mine for, is to be that little shack on my shelf. So
yeah, and if that's all you need it for, that's perfect. I mean,
yeah.
that's perfect for that. Um, Sabir says the second of 15. Wait, you ordered 15 snake armors, Sabir?
Jeez.
And Turk said he got 3. So yeah, I wanted 2 for myself, and I was gonna trade, or if anybody missed it, or one, and then probably gonna flip one. I ain't gonna lie. I was probably gonna hold on to it for a minute and then resell it or trade it for other stuff down the road. But
Mhm.
I just looked at it and I was like, that's like $340 hitting all at
Yeah, it adds
once. And
up.
there, yeah, all this, and that's just those. And all this other stuff. Like I just can't do it, man. I would rather have the other stuff than have all of these extras that I'm not gonna have in my own collection.
And that's
Mhm.
kind of how I felt about it too. Is like one, I didn't we just finish talking about shelf space through the whole HasLab
Oh
discussion,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And well, like I really appreciate that these things stand up vertically on 2 feet and occupy like a vertical amount of space. If I troop build them, I'm just okay. That isn't that why I didn't buy another vamp or a stinger or whatever was for that exact reason, right? Like,
Yeah. I've still got another stinger that was $100 stinger that's still over here behind me. I've never done anything
mhm,
with.
yeah,
And I've had that thing for 6 months. Um,
that long, eh?
yeah, I mean, probably. I actually, I mean, I traded for it. I traded at Yojo Depot for that stinger. But I traded $100 worth of stuff for that stinger.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I guess that worked too, right? Now you wouldn't do it.
No, fuck no.
No.
No, I didn't buy one at BBTS for $50. They're on I think Amazon had them for like 67. That was one thing I did want to bring up is there's some good sales. I'm
Yes,
sure you guys have seen that by now.
I've been seeing those posts trickle through. Yeah.
Yeah, Target, um, whatever Circle Days, you got the Walmart sale, um, Amazon Prime days, and then today you guys probably saw the email. Pulse is going to have a sale where basically, I don't think that was planned. I think they looked how low some of these other retailers were selling it, and they matched it on the same figures
Could
because that's
be.
what they did. That's what they did was they looked at, and they're getting lower. Like that's what's funny. Like and that's what we need. That's what we want. Um, they're driving price down, competition, right? So Pulse today announced the sale with some of these same figures that are on everywhere else pretty cheap. And I wish I wish I did have the extra money because I'd pick up. I need two more Techno Vipers, and I never got the Retro Snow Serpent and the Eel. Those are on that sale.
Oh, are they? And you never picked those up?
I
I
never
guess.
did pick those up.
Hmm.
That was my line in the sand on the retro cards was with ones that are damn near the same figure in a different slap of paint on them.
I can get
Those
behind
are
that.
so. But I did say I would pick them up if I saw them on sale, and they're on sale. There's other stuff that money needs to go to right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and yeah, Turk says 67 on Amazon, and Izzy Trevi's in the house. What's going on? Um, had to choose between Predator Shelf Space or TMNT. Turtles won. Predator's in a cold bin waiting for a new Detolf shelf to show up one day. That's what you
Yeah.
got to do.
I had to
J Astro.
remind myself to reserve space for the Ramen Hunter, and so do you. Right?
Yeah.
That's a shelf into itself.
And when I put in this set of shelves here for vehicles and non-Joe stuff, that's tentatively where the hunter is going to go. I forgot all about the All Striker. I'd
Mm.
forgotten all about the. I forgot all about the All Striker. So
Yeah,
no
it's
idea.
easy to do right now for some reason.
Um, correct. Pulse flash sales just matching Amazon prices. Um, Joe Fan says I'm saving for Snow Job. If he's still there, I knew where there was a loose complete one for $50. That was in good shape. God, that sounds crazy
That's
about
what
Snow
ticked me off
Job.
about. the Beachhead Night Force, right? They give you Snow Job's rifle. They paint it on the box for the proofs, and then they give you the blank one. And I think what pissed me off is I lost Snow Job's mag for his rifle the first time. I don't know if I ever found it or didn't. But they've got the same issue, man. That mag falls out if you fart in the same room as it. Like, it's got
I don't
no
think
grip.
mine. I don't think mine was that loose, actually.
Oh man, it's a harder plastic. This isn't the gummier rifle than some of them, so I can't even squeeze it to kind of clamp it.
Hmm.
Frustrating because I love that rifle.
Yeah, that's the best sniper rifle in the line
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
By far. Sabir says, out of the first series of Serpents and Eels, no retros either. Don't plan to. Thing retro from Cobra would be the Viper. Yeah, so the Viper's on sale. I only have one retro Viper. That's another one I'd like to have. I'd like to
So
get another one of those, especially now that Mercer's out with 2 head sculpts.
I'd like to, I'll just put it in the thought for people that are like, oh, well, I, joined halfway through the line around number 90 or something or 50, right? What about Retro Gung Ho? Wouldn't it be nice to see him come up and get one more crack at having Gung Ho in your collection? Because they really haven't shed much light on him in this series at all.
Yeah, but since they've already done him, I don't know. I
Hmm.
would like to see a new Gung Ho on the new Sergeant Slaughter, the heavy
Oh yeah,
duty Sergeant Slaughter, penless.
that's all I'm doing with that Sergeant Slaughter because I have enough Slaughter's as I'm going to test and see if I can make a V3 Gung Ho out of that because it looks pretty organic to it.
I don't know. You might. He's good. You might change your mind when
Oh,
you
I
get
get
him.
that. More than likely,
Um,
toys always do that in hand. So,
got Stu for lunch. Is in the house. What's going on, Stu?
hey, Stu,
Good evening, Gentle Ben fans. There's a name I hadn't heard for a
Gentle
while.
Ben. That's how to just spot the age demographic on this channel, right?
No shit. Like Grizzly Adams or Gentle
Yeah.
Ben. When are we getting those figures? All I can think of now is what the hell are you looking at, Grizzly Adams? Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Let's talk about these renders because we got 5 of them to go over, right?
Yes, sir.
So
I'll be in and out through this. I'm getting restless and I have to move around, but
okay. All right, so we're gonna go. I've got them in alphabetical order, so we're not gonna go in order of revealed. So
so classy.
alphabetically, yeah, that's right. I try to class it up over here. It's a
Yeah, you
professional
do.
show.
Yeah, scratch my
That's what
balls.
they.
What?
It's what they always say on Circle of Jerks. Those liars. So Big Lob. So who is excited for Big Lob? Who in the chat is excited for Big Lob? And what do you think about what we're seeing here with Big Lob?
Oh gosh.
So what do you think about Big Lob, Crow?
So I kind of got lit up a little bit. I wouldn't say lit up, but you want to say that again slower, right? Because I said that he's a stereotype character, and I meant it in the sense that back in the '80s, they portrayed guys like Spirit, Quick Kick, and others of different races and minority groups in something very familiar. And I always kind of thought, isn't black like the black basketball player kind of a stereotype that they wanted to steer away from? Nope, they went right into it and gave him a basketball. So I'm cool with it. Looks like a fun figure. Looks like it'd be awesome with those NBA superstar figures that people got. Those sports line ones there.
Ollie's got them.
Yeah, and then also if you think about the X-Men '97 where Gambit and Rogue are playing basketball, like they're gonna get schooled by this bitch, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, but do I care if I like? I'll get him because he's collectible and he's interesting. But I was kind of surprised that they went full on with the basketball sealed to the hand, you know?
That's been everybody's been talking about that. Is it sealed or will it have? I think it's going to have a peg. I think it's going to have a
Yeah.
peg in the ball so you can have it like he's palming it.
Mhm.
I think it's going to have a peg system, and it probably won't be that big of a peg, but I think that's how they're going to do that ball. Bobby says, "Won't that be traveling?" It will.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Potential fun play with this kind of a thing, for those that love cross line compatibility with other things, this thing's got it for sure, right? But I've always had an issue with like, okay, you've kicked the military right out of Joe with a guy like this, so let's just go
Yeah.
with it. Yeah,
So yeah, and D-Max is it was the '80s. Every character on GI Joe was a
exactly.
stereotype.
They
So
were.
you're not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. I mean, look at the way they wrote like Scarlet. She hated every other girl on that team for the most vapid reasons, right?
Yeah,
She's
she was
prettier
so
than me.
catty. Scarlet was so catty.
Mm.
Um, and Graf says his jersey number looks messed up. The 4 seems really low. I think it's just the bandolier. It'll probably be a 4 that's got the weird, like that kind of 4 with the angle at the top.
Well,
So I don't.
it
I think
does.
it
I,
looks all
I
right.
see what he's saying though. The where the 4 crosses at the bottom,
Yeah, the
that seems
bottom.
really low for a 4. But yeah, considering how high the 1 goes,
And it's a render, so the AI
there's that.
they're using to do the render can't get numbers and words right. But so I like
Yeah,
I like how they did his jersey where it's got GI Joe and then it's got a little
yeah,
basketball over here. He
yeah.
looks he looks fun. I hope
So
he's really tall, like he looks
yeah,
like he's gonna be.
zoom in on it again a little bit because I'll point out something else that I can appreciate with this, whether I like the figure or not, for whatever reasons. Dirty, stupid old dude that I am. If you look at that shirt, they're not phoning it in and just giving him a T-shirt or a guy with a muscle shirt. That's a respectable basketball jersey. Look how baggy it is and the low hanging under the arms. Like
Yeah.
that's a basketball shirt for sure.
Oh yeah, they definitely got the look of the jersey down. I mean,
So then the question is like, can you think of any other characters that could use that buck and get away with it with a shirt like that? Yeah.
maybe as a undershirt, some they can reuse it somehow.
But
Put
yeah,
an overlay over the top of it. I could see them doing. I could see them using that for a dreadnought with a
maybe a
vest or
dreadnought
a
I could
jacket
see. Yeah. Yeah.
over it.
Something to cover it. Sure. Yeah,
Hmm.
I can see that. Yeah.
Let's
And then the
see.
gun he's got, is that a new, is he getting some new firepower here?
Oh,
We've
that,
had that one or no? I'm
I
looking at the barrel of it.
I don't think we've had that one. I
No,
think
that
that's a
looks like
new
it's
little
it's got a
flashlight.
well, it looks like it's got a suppressor worked into it or a heavy air cooled barrel. Like it looks like a heavy short barrel, I guess is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like that's a new rifle or newer to us. Like maybe it'll repeat in the same wave, but
looking at the pistol. The pistol. I can't tell on most of the
no,
pistols
no, with most
anymore.
pistols I don't care. But what's that other thing on his right shoulder? Like the looks like a sports bottle with a big handle or something. Is that a
Yeah,
grenade?
I was actually wondering what the hell this is too.
Looks like a flare gun of some sort, but then the handle looks like a billy club handle. It's weird.
I mean, does he come with a blackjack? I don't know. It almost looks like it's a. Is it a sports bottle?
No, if you
It
scroll
can't
down, I
be.
think it's a barrel we're looking at, like a grenade launcher, a mini handheld grenade launcher or something. But it's just
Okay.
it's the where the hand grip would be for that. The pistol grip looks
Yeah.
like a knife, like a
Yeah.
knife hilt. Yeah.
He's never going to hold this if that's the way that this thing's angled and this is a barrel.
Well, I'm hoping it's something that looks better when you turn it around in your fingers and go, okay, all right, I saw it from one angle, I see it now. But I'm like, I can't imagine that looking any better if I turned it left or right.
No, yeah, I don't know either. It looks whatever it is. I need some clarification because it looks shitty. I do
Eh,
like that they gave him a loose grenade. Finally, somebody gets a loose actual grenade.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I like that starting to throw those in. Where did we just see that? That was Beachhead came with those two. Different types.
did
He
he?
came with the flashbangs, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah. But I
Beachhead, the
mean,
2-pack, not his loose.
okay.
Yeah.
So, well, the retro beachhead come with one too.
Did he? Okay. Retro
Yeah,
Snake Eyes did too. So
yeah.
yeah, they do
Uh,
them, but man, they're easy to lose when they're dark like that, eh?
oh yeah, they go in a bag. unless
And
I'm
where
doing
do you
pictures.
clip it on? Like, I hope they made a spot and a slot on that vest that you can slide at least the spoon of the grenade under. Like,
Yeah,
that's usually how I do it. It looks like just over the third grenade between that and the radio, you might be able to
yeah,
slip it in there. Okay.
up here on the top, and I like that it actually matches the other ones too. So
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
Astro says, brace yourself for 3,700 people doing Big Lob versus Tony the Tiger basketball picks. You know it. And you're going to be one of them. G.I. Jetman's in the house. What's up?
Yeah.
Graf says, paint the shirt white and have John McClane join the Joe team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So here's my thoughts on Big Lob. They made him
Yes.
look good.
Mhm.
I'm not interested in Big Lob. If I'm at a point when this guy comes out where I'm still skipping figures, he's going to be a skip or a sell pickup. The the only the only reason I personally need Big Lob is if I do eventually ever put together a shelf that's the rawhides from the
Yeah.
movie. You have to have him to complete the rawhides. So I think that'll be the reason a lot of people get Big Log, him too.
Respect the
Big,
name. No.
yeah,
Okay.
Big Log is a lot more popular. But I didn't like him in the movie. I couldn't stand him in the movie. And I've got no interest in him, but they did make him look good. How many figures have I said that about? And I've wound up getting anyway. So
Well, it's exactly that. That's why I know I'll end up with this guy because I collect GI Joe Classified, and every now and then I'll buy one that gives me a weird vibe, and then I'll appreciate it on the shelf, right? Whether it was a
yeah,
great figure or not so relevant, I got it. So
I
I'll
think
spend money on this.
I think it'll be fun to do pictures with, even if just not GI Joe stuff. Graf
Okay.
says it's one of those guns that launches T-shirts into the crowd at Big
Oh, that's a
Lob's games.
that actually stands up a lot better than I was thinking of, like a grenade
Yeah,
launcher. But yeah, I know I can accept that. It'd be cool if it had a wadded T-shirt inside of it, but.
yeah, and maybe I mean sometimes with these reveals they hide, they hold stuff back. We don't always see everything, and then
But
when they show the figure, they're like, "And we gave him this because it's cool."
yeah, that's my thing as I look at it like, army guy, I'd be like, man, I'm just not putting this guy in front of Cobra. He's on PT the whole day. Just he plays
Yeah,
basketball because that's what he's designed to do with that
yeah,
hand. So that's the feature of the set. That's what he's going to be doing.
yep, for sure. So I guess we'll see how Big Lob comes out, but everybody that likes him and wants him, I'm glad they're getting him. I know a lot of people have
Yeah.
really wanted this guy, so
Yeah.
I'm glad they're going to get him. So next week, what about old hit and run here? So this one was kind of polarizing, man. There's a lot of people that are, don't really they don't really dig it. I think I don't know. I was expecting more myself. I don't know what, but I can't put my finger on what, but I was expecting more.
Well, remember it's a digital render,
Yeah.
and clearly, I think it's a safe bet. We're missing some picture of string in this. We're definitely missing some function of that bag because I think that little handle and grappling end, you can see where there's clearly going to be some function between those things in the backpack. So I'm kind of reserving my thoughts on it. The buck itself, I expected hit and run to look like Relish, and he does, right? It's not, I don't have a problem with that. Like that's all in Cam. That's how Cam is supposed to work. So I'm happy with it. But I'm less excited with him the day after I find out he's coming, right? It's like, cool, hit and run's coming. Yeah. All right, what else?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, he does come with everything, missing, DMAX says missing the rope line. So, I mean,
I think
I
it's
like
just in the bag.
yeah. So, I mean, that's what I was going to show. So you can see the pegs where the bag opens, right? So,
Yeah.
um, looks
And
like it's going to have a sheath.
if you think about what they did with the 60th anniversary Halo jumper, they put a little mushroom on there so you can attach the parachute strings to it. So if they
Yeah.
do any kind of functionality with this based off that kind of principle, you can see a zip line and a grappling hook kind of working for the play features for this guy. That's all I really see there. And that big ass carabiner hook on his belt is another indication of that for me, because
Oh
that's
yeah.
so wide it's meant to be played with, I think. So
Yeah, I do too, where he can rappel down. So
yeah, and I'd expect
I
no less.
yeah, I mean I said it. I didn't like that it looks like his camo doesn't go all the way around on the legs, but I mean maybe it will. You know, it's like I said, it's a render, so maybe it
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
I don't mind the knives. My cousin doesn't like the knives with the holes in them, so you can spin them around. I don't mind them.
I don't
They're all right.
I don't mind them, but I'm still thinking that there's a function to them that we're going to see more exploited as the line keeps going. Like it
Yeah,
looks like a peg hole more than a finger hole kind of deal.
yeah. Probably so. Let's see. We got Graph saying hit runs trying really hard to join the cool kids in Tiger Force.
Oh God.
Eric Thurman. Eric Thurman in the house saying first Duke alternate card spotted. Duke.
Say
Duke alternate
what?
card.
Are we meaning to say Flint though?
Flint. Yeah. Did you mean Flint? Because I don't know nothing about a Duke. Yeah, Viper Scouts here. What's up? They never show the rope in the renders, right? So
No,
that's true.
that's fair.
Um,
I didn't think. Yeah, that would make more sense. It's kind of a gimme.
Jay Astro saying hit and run kind of looks more like a Valaverse fig to him. Well, you better not
Mhm.
say that in the wrong chat room. Somebody will
Well, yeah,
banger
I
you.
feel like that was the bait right there to bring it up. But yes, yeah, blowback is I think the reference we're looking at, right? And I got it. I have
Yeah,
blowback. Yep, blowback. I will openly admit, in my mind, blowback might as well be a proxy for hit and run till one showed up that I liked. Right? Made
yeah.
sense.
I think that's. I think a lot of people felt that way with blowback. So,
Mhm.
hit and run is one that I will pick up though because I really like the character, and even if he comes out and his camo don't wrap all the way around, I'll mention in my review. But I still like the figure. He's a cool character. One of my favorites is from that era. So let's see. So next, what about old Lifeline here? I know this is there's so many comments and memes and stuff going around about everybody can shut up now. They finally announced Lifeline. So how do you think Lifeline looks with your muted microphone? Maybe Crow's maybe Crow is circling around the banyo. So, what do you guys in the chat think
No, I
Lifeline
just
looks
thought I
like?
could
Oh,
quickly
there he is.
sneak off to the bathroom without being noticed, but they
Oh, okay.
apparently not caught me there.
Oh, I was
Uh,
you were
Give me one
good.
second. The camera's going to
Yeah,
be on in a sec. I'll tell you.
yeah,
Lifeline.
yeah. Wait till you're done in there.
But God, yeah, no. Oh, my fly. Oh, Jesus. Um, Lifeline's been one I've been looking forward since I started collecting classified. He's the one I had the opinion I like. If I would change one thing about a Joe character, I would have made Lifeline just a call sign for every medic and just built a bunch of medics. I wouldn't have given him like a singular identity. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
Um,
there,
I don't.
I made this lifeline a long time ago. Like I did a female version of a lifeline with a Elanable Loba and some other stuff. But putting the rescue decal on there, that is the you can take me off. I showed it. That's it. That's done. But that was the only criticism I've heard about this lifeline was that some people are having a problem with how they present the rescue on his legs.
Yeah, it's like it's definitely not a retro looking font. It's like a futury looking kind of font, and it's kind of
Hmm.
small. Um, so let's see. I mean, I think he looks fine. So I like Doc better than Lifeline. Doc is always going to win in the medic battle for me. I think he looks fine. I'll pick him up. Um, I he looks good. I mean, the red and the white pops. I know I've heard it mentioned maybe on Circle of Jerks, they were talking about wishing that he had come with some more specific rescue gear, like some medical type gear. Tony,
Yeah.
they mentioned something specific, and I don't know what
So
it was.
I see. I definitely see like an IV bag, probably saline or something in there because they didn't bother putting blood in a digital render. I wonder if that
Yeah,
will change when we get it. And the the suitcase is clearly meant to rig those, right? Like their
yeah,
compressions and things like that. Did
yeah.
they say what that little is that a small little flashlight or is that an inhaler piece? That little black piece of plastic above the knife is the one I never understood if anybody defined what that was.
I have not heard. I don't know if anybody in the chat has. It looks like a flashlight
It does,
to
yeah.
me. It looks like the one that Quarrel has and Tunnel Rat's flashlight. That would make sense for him to have.
Yeah. And
Um,
I like the colors too. It does remind me of like European mountain rescue kind of operations kind of guys like Startex and things like that, search and rescue techs. But
yeah,
the thing I didn't like about Lifeline, only paying minimal depth to the characters, was him and Doc both kind of seem to be written the same way. These medics
yeah,
attached to not just a combat unit, elite combat unit, who have this
right,
aversion to violence. And I'm like, did you have to do it twice with the exact same kind of premise here? Both medics have to be of this because
yeah.
it was yeah. I found it just kind of low hanging fruit for a character to be developed that way.
Yeah, I did. They just replaced Doc with a white dude. I mean, it's the same thing. They just replaced him with with an annoying white dude because Doc actually had character. Lifeline didn't. And Doc invented shit. He made the energy mirrors. Lifeline never invented anything. Um,
That's fair. See, I gotta find my glasses
uh,
again.
DMAX says his head looks weird. Sean
It's that bump
Jones in the
helmet.
house. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up, Sean? Um, Eric says he should come with a furry costume. I'm not sure about that. Stu says wash those hands because, as also mentioned, Viper Scout says shouldn't he have gloved hands?
That's a good point. So,
um,
my son's mom there, that was her job in the military. She was a preventative medicine technician. So she would be the person whose job it would be to go, you wash your hands, you sanitize this, you put on gloves, like, it's that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, I picked up on that too. I was like, oh, he wouldn't have bare hands.
no.
No, no,
So
no.
I maybe somewhere like in something there'll be like a sculpted in. You can see like a box of gloves somewhere or a packet, a
Just
sterile
just paint them.
package.
I'm gonna paint them pastel blue or something, like just something
Yeah,
dull.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I
yeah.
won't, but I'll try and find hands that look like that.
That would be cool. That's something they should have given him as an alternate set of hands for gloved hands. That would have been a good inclusion for him.
Sure would.
Um,
I agree.
Graf says the helmet cracks me up, makes him very special. Wish the rescue text was larger, maybe on the retro. I don't think we need a retro version of Lifeline. All the figures that they could really do something with doing a retro, but
So
maybe. I mean,
the one I would like to see, and if you zoom in on the buck, and I don't see it anywhere else, can you zoom in on his icon on his chest? Yeah, no, I don't think that counts at all. So I guess that might be the Joe representation of the Red Cross. Every country has a mandate that they have to represent their medical corps recognition for those reasons. Like
yeah,
always have to have some. So like in the Middle Eastern countries, they might have a red lion, right? We have a red
yeah,
cross. And so
yeah.
I was kind of looking for him going, where's his red cross? I see a lot of red and white. I see an icon, but like, what are they going to do? So I'm wondering if that's the Joe Red Cross or if maybe it's on the back of his helmet and we don't see it because it's a digital render.
Doesn't Doc actually have a red cross
I
on
thought
him?
he did, but I don't have my doc on hand right now. He's down in the toy room. So
Trying to find where I put mine and see. He has like, yeah, Doc has like because I called it the Red Hot Chili Peppers looking logo. It's not exactly a red cross, but you can tell it's like a combination of the Red Cross and then the medical logo thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you put up Eric Thurman's comment about the I have a ton of Cobra Commander hands? Right?
that one,
Yeah. So thank you, Eric, because for the longest time I've been thinking, they keep repeating all these handsets for Cobra Commander. And the first time I thought of ever using Cobra Commander's hands, and I went, that's goddamn perfect. What you're saying right here, him putting on the glove to have the outstretched hand and the options that Cobra Commander provides would have been great for this, painted white or something, or pastel blue. But just for guys who have cold slither. Cobra Commander's finger hands are perfect for Ripper and his keytar, for him to be mashing down on the keytar with open splayed fingers as opposed to just a trigger finger hand. And Eric reminded me of that when he put that up there.
yeah, that's good. That's a good point. I'll tell you what else might work if you're talking about Cobra Commander hands. If you have Regal Cobra Commander open,
Ooh,
that's about the right color blue.
there you go. See, I
Um,
don't have that one, but yeah, I
uh,
have one. Maybe I do have blue-handed ones. Oh,
Viper
neat.
Scout and Matthew letting us know that the Red Cross is trademarked and we can't use it. Stanley
There we
has.
go. And that makes sense. So maybe it's like, yeah, this is to represent that he would have to have something representing it, right? I can
Yeah.
accept that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Original Doc has Orange Cross since the mid '80s. Red Cross would sue anyone who would use it without permission. So maybe they're working with the Marines.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Well, it's the same kind of legalities issues you wouldn't expect a toy to have to go through, but they do, you know?
You wouldn't think so. So all right.
No.
So I
Jesus,
plan on.
attack me.
I
Put on
think
my
you should.
sweater.
I think you should post the pictures somewhere that you sent me and
I don't remember what picture you're talking about.
using that guy for alien face hugger.
I don't remember ever doing that.
I'm gonna post them.
I don't recall.
So,
That was the time I
uh,
had that nap that I never have.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So there's a lifeline. So then we get this guy. This
Yeah.
guy's pretty divisive here. So what are we thinking on Mole Rat Stage 2?
I think the crystals on that skull are removable because I'm pretty sure I saw a render of that skull looking way more uninterrupted at some point. I don't remember where I saw it. It was a promo
Okay.
picture of some sort, but maybe it was a drawing. Could have been,
Okay.
but I see that entire crystal cluster being removable.
That would be cool if it is where it just like curves over, like maybe it's kind of like a gummier plastic. Ha, like we
If
need
they
more of
use
that.
the eye socket as a peg hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And then
Yeah.
you could have just a plain skull. That'd be
It
nice.
I mean, it does look like they kind of built that skull digitally. Like if you really zoom in on it, it looks like a cut and paste where they connected the bone.
Yeah.
Like that looks like Photoshop work to me, but I swear I thought I saw a promo image where the skull was different for this.
Yeah. I didn't see that, but that would be neat if it does come apart because that is the only new thing with the mole rat is that alternate head.
Right.
Um, so Turk says it's an easy pass. Stanley says stage 2 missed opportunity for body deformation. I completely agree.
That's a very good
The
point.
the
Yeah.
Energon transformed the color on his uniform. Yes, I recycle jokes.
So yeah,
Um,
I set
DMAC
it up.
not into it.
Yeah. Punk stream. I said, look, they finally Jokerized the Joe figure. Right? Like
Yeah, yeah, pretty
um
much.
so you and I talked about this, and I think Lawrence and I talked about it too. It's like I can justify the change in uniform. I can justify giving people another chance at Mole Rat because it was a Walmart gig the first time around. Um, but I won't pretend like these little features aren't just very small little grabs that are hooking me. They're not. It's not a lot to hook me here. I can see
Yeah.
myself definitely buying one to go with the two other mole rats I have, but I can understand why some people would be like, I'm not true building that. I'm not even buying that because it's like that.
Hmm.
Like,
So proportionately, if I follow your logic, I will need 3 of these guys. um, Graph says glowing crystals and a pull cord on the back to make it shriek would be the only way I get this.
I would
That
actually
would
love
be
the
awesome.
shrieking part.
And the
But
shrieking needs to sound like spooky space coot from Scooby
no,
Doo.
I want pathetic, scared Karen. Like, maybe it could just give you random shrieks, just all of them are random. That's the gimmick. That's the hook. 1 in 82 is a woman's shriek.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So I like Eric's comment here. They're just too scattered on the Energon universe. I agree. Shit or
Yeah.
get off the pot.
Yeah, I mean, like and that's the thing. Like the mole rats are supposed to connect us to Dark Energon with the glow in the dark crystals here, but it's like, wait, you elected to repeat mole rat rather than introduce a new Energon character into this. This is a reuse grab. Like,
Yeah.
don't, yeah. You could say it's all about expanding the Joe universe, but my wallet recognizes it as something completely different right now. Right.
100%. Viper Scout says this twice instead of a Toxo Viper. And
It,
Sean says purple crystals in a mass device container coming with someone. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you and I talked about before, are they going to do every GI Joe in the classified line that they did 92 to 90, 82 to 94?
Yeah.
And I was like, the more consistent mainline ones they do, but they might drop a couple sub teams like Star Brigade. They might drop that off, not attempt that, or um, let's say DEF. Maybe they don't do DEF. So I feel like every time I see the mole rat now, I feel like maybe they're like, yeah, this is as far into Eco Warrior anything and Toxo this that we're going.
Yeah.
Like that's the one and done representation for several figs.
Possibly. That would be a way to try to appease everybody a little bit, if they did that. So,
Yeah.
I'm not like I like the mole rats. You guys know I love the mole rats. I got a bunch of them, and the ones I got fall apart, and I still kept getting them because I like the idea of the figure so much. Not exactly a zombie, not quite a um it's just enough sci-fi stuff mixed in, weirdness mixed in that it didn't go too far. You can make it work in your head. I really like the mole rat and I really like this, but it is so lazy to me that all they did was a new head sculpt. And it's badass, but I like what Stanley said. They should have done a new arm or something rip suit with a crystal sticking out of it somewhere, sculpt at least one extremity, something with
I mean,
some
I
crystals.
I can get behind it, and this is a rabbit hole I'm only going to take two steps into, right? I've heard it talked about before. I know that they have these rules, conditions, licensing agreements that doesn't allow them to merge properties with what they do in Marvel. Marvel
Yeah,
can't go and grab a classified gun. Um, I'm not saying go grab some Marvel effects that they use to portray superpowers on people. But if you've already got experience in making those kind of accessories in your company, maybe you should be borrowing the concepts, like having some. If you look at the Rachel Summers figure that's coming out right now for Marvel Legends, and she has these clip-on wings, like
yeah,
Budo's clip-on shin pads.
yeah,
There's merit to what Stanley's saying. You could have had some effects that maybe you didn't have to redo the whole block to add into this to
yeah.
expand what you were trying to show.
Yep. It would be it would be a way to at least show something. I like it. I will probably I really only see myself getting one. You and I, like you said, we talked about it, and you had a good way to work out the suit being a different color. And that
Yeah.
was so these guys were either supervisors or these guys were the first ones that went in before the actual mole rats went in, one or the two. So say I've got 6 mole rats, I get 2 of this guy or 1 of this guy, and that guy's the supervisor of the crew, and somehow he
Yeah.
got it the worst. That's why his
Like your
uniform
first,
colors
I
different.
saw it as the first mole rats. You could say these are your drones, your workers, and these guys, the green ones are engineers. You need to have an engineer for every 10 drones to manage an
Yeah,
engineering issue in a mine, right? Like
yeah,
it's just not a big obstacle to me if they change colors. But like you keep saying, it comes off as lazy, and
yeah.
that's in a time where you're being told to pay more for figures. You notice that word a little bit more, I think, right? So.
And knowing what I know about the mole rat figure, the
Mhm.
construction of the actual figure, and knowing this figure is going to be 27.99, like, and I'm going into it knowing that I may get a figure that if they haven't fixed the cuffs and the butterflies, the arm might fall off as soon as I take it out of the package. I'm going to have a hard time picking up more than one just because of that alone
Mhm.
at 28 bucks a pop. So I love the colors though. A lot of people have mentioned kind of looks a little bit like Secto Viper, that drove the bug with the
Yeah, maybe,
yellow
yeah.
suit. Kind of it looks like the bug colors. And I like the
Could be.
bug, so
So I'm just seeing the chat on my. I've got the TV on in the back, and it shows the chat
right.
differently. But I guess we're missing a good theory Viper Scout is putting out there about the Dark Energon. So I'm gonna have to check out our own replay or ask Viper Scout to explain that to me. What if human bodies incubate the? There. Okay, so yeah, we'll read his theory. What if human bodies incubate the energon and all the crystals are from corpses? Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that make sense if Cybertron was completely inorganic? Any organic stuff might have fallen the same way. Like maybe that's how they became completely organic, is because that crystal eats organisms. Like, I
Could
like it.
be.
I dig it. Lay your side. We will science the shit out of this.
Yeah, we have to make it work somehow.
Just
So
sprinkle some science on that.
Matthew says, ever see The Expanse? He looks like a proto molecule converted person. I have not. So
Yeah, I've seen the Expanse. I think I've recall kind of what Matthew's talking about. I get it mixed
okay.
up with a couple of other sci-fi shows out there that went so far.
Word. Well, all right, let's
Word.
move on because we have got a couple more of these to get through, and then I'm gonna go break for a minute, and then we're gonna talk about some vipers. So, oh,
Yeah. Okay.
speaking of vipers, how about Night Viper here? How do you think he came out?
I am initial reactions. I'm satisfied with how simple this looks. Really.
Okay.
You know, there's not a whole lot going on here, nor should there be, besides that helmet to me. The gun is an improvement because his first gun was kind of like Boba Fett's, I thought.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
You know what I mean? So they've made this a pretty convincing substitute that I can accept. And if you zoom in, have a look at that sling. That sling is functional, I think. Like, I mean, as in
Oh,
it pivots.
swings. Yeah,
It's
swings.
got
So,
mount points. Yeah.
aha. So you could
So
take that sling off if you want, or it will actually not interfere with him shouldering it.
that's right. And that buck looks like he's got the right amount of ab crunch and crouch for a stealth operations guy sneaking around the bushes, and having a sling that I could take off that rifle will help portray that a little bit better than seeing it bulging out, defying gravity and things like that. Like you sometimes put up with Outback and other slings that are out there, right? So
Yeah, I mean, they
it,
haven't done a sling right yet.
yeah. So I think they've kept this. This is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most out of the wave because I will buy more than one.
Right.
Yeah. Everything else is
Uh,
fine, but this is the one I'd be disappointed if I didn't get.
well, I mean, this is the definite. I mean, this is the troop builder. This is the one. Joe Fan says my favorite Cobra. That's the one a lot of people have been waiting for. I was really surprised we got both Saw Viper and Frag Viper before we got Night Viper. I'm
Hmm.
surprised they waited as long as they did to do this guy because he's such a like he's most people's, or not say most, he's a lot of people's favorite type of Viper. So
Yeah,
they
he's a weird color selection. Like I already could do like part of my review on him and get to the tactical part and be like, I loved everything they did to portray this guy's stealth aspects. But then you go and add a gold belt buckle and a shiny gold emblem on him, right?
right.
Like the idea of stealth is now lost. And I saw one of the guys say in the chat saying that he looks kind of plain and boring, and it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I almost wish he was a little bit more plain and boring because of the gold. But if you don't think about the concept of a stealth guy, I think that looks really nice.
Yeah,
Like the gold
it
pops.
yeah, and actually this looks like this is yellow and then the belt buckle and oh this over here is gold. So maybe that's just a render thing.
Yeah, who knows? I'd almost prefer yellow to gold, quite honestly. Like, sure, I get that choice, but for a stealth night fighter, it's just kind of like, yeah. And then there's that saying, "I'm being sneaky," you
Yeah.
know.
When when I first saw it, like when you sent it, and I said, "Man," that was my answer because I hadn't um, really had a chance to look at it really close, and I thought the same thing. Viper Scout thought like he's kind of boring, but
There you
when
go.
you
That was Viper
zoom
Scout.
in,
Yeah,
yeah, when you zoom in on the render, and you can, I mean, you can see
that's some
all the
serious
breaks
armor.
in the
Yeah.
armor, and he's got the piece going down into the um whatever his dick armor. Um
His
in all
cod
of
piece.
these, yeah.
It's a cod
I was-
piece,
so all these little segments in it, it looks like some kind of futuristic kind of cybernetic plating,
like scale armor.
flexible
Yeah,
plating. Yeah,
yeah,
scale armor.
a little
Um,
bit. Not
the
not
more
meshy, but yeah.
zooming in on him, I think he's going to be a lot more interesting in hand than just looking at him like this, going, "Oh yeah, well he's green and black, yay."
So
Um,
here's the frustration with the digital render and the stock format they always deliver this on. This particular Viper tells a completely different story if you turn that head sideways. And we
yeah,
don't get to see how that looks right now. And that's kind of where I've got a blind spot of an opinion on it. Because I remember how it looked when it was an action figure at 3 3/4, and that thing looked like a strapped on tuba,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
The giant monocle scope that broke
yeah.
the second you played with it.
Yeah, so I
I've
kinda
still
wanted to
got
see
him.
that.
I've got him. I've got all his stuff, but I don't have the monocle, and the peg is broken off of his visor. So,
Yeah. You
um,
see him? You see that? It's bullshit.
a little like movie Snake Eyes chest. Graf says, "I hope that's a thong on his back." Night Viper don't care what anyone thinks. Thong Viper.
You just
That's
said
one we should have come up with is Thong Viper.
you
Um,
never thought you'd see a G-string on a Joe figure, but today,
well, eventually
yeah,
they do enough repaints. So
you pull those cheeks
uh,
apart.
that's right. Lawrence has joined the chat. Punk with
What's up?
Toys saying hello, fools. What's up, Lawrence? Matthew's disappointed in Viper Scout. That dick armor though. All right, so that's Night Viper. So I'm not super excited for Night Viper, but I he's growing on me uh, versus opinions when I first saw the render. So I think the visor, like doing away with the giant wonky monocle scope, whatever they're doing here,
Well,
and incorporating this, I think in 2025 will be a nice replacement for that because it was annoying as hell, as cool as it looked
yeah.
at first.
But here's the thing, I'm not reassured by what I'm seeing. The more you zoom in on that, the more I see um what kind of green they're using, and I'm hoping that's gonna like be fine when I see it in hand. But the silver tipped lenses, I'm like, why wouldn't you add a tactical green hue or a red hue for a laser? What silvery lens would you do out there? It it I'm not sure I'm gonna like that mount unless they make it a bit shorter on the face than they did before in the original
Yeah.
scale. Yeah.
Maybe they will, like, again, we keep saying just a render, so maybe they will do one color, or one of these circular optics in another color,
Maybe maybe they
so
give you choices. Yeah. Like, it's they do stuff. But
what if he even, so we talked about in the render, they don't always show everything if they want to hold something back for a surprise. What if he's got another visor that
could
either
be.
has the monocle scope or some kind of different optic system? That would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I agree with that whole, line of thinking. And like I said, I'm already happy to see them doing new things with slings on rifles, making pivot points and whatnot. There's enough going on here. I'm interested. The visor is just one where I'm like, I know that's a bigger deal for that figure than what I'm seeing in the picture. What
Yeah.
I'm curious is, do you see any function in the bottom part of that backpack? Is that just the way it's broken up? Is that just aesthetics, or do you see any capability of that thing folding down in any way?
It looks like it could possibly fold up or down. I mean, I'm guessing down. I could see maybe some kind of hinge system here. I don't know what it would be, but it
Yeah.
definitely looks like it could have an opening here.
So
Even
to me,
this looks like a panel that could maybe pop off, possibly.
and, and that's just it. I'm not expecting functionality per se, but it looks like we're getting a new tech pack of some sort that maybe will go into 6 or 7 more types of Vipers. I don't know. But if you scroll up just above the dials, and then, yeah, just where you see the two dials on the pack, above those, there's some shading going on under those vents, and I was wondering if those were slits or just the way the shadow is falling on those. Because I was like, is that like spots for him to slide his knives? Like they look like little slots, but I
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
tell if it's shadow or slot. That's why I was like, has it got function?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe those vents stick out over the top of it, and that's shadowing there.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I'm seeing too. I
yeah.
just couldn't tell at a certain angle until we zoomed in.
And I know a lot of people at first were saying these are the Hiss driver's legs, but I think it's been confirmed that they're definitely not. They do look like it though. He's
They
got the
do.
trooper
I
boots.
I I would have accepted that as fact and not questioned it.
Yeah.
I
And
do think
then
the eye is long. I'm questioning how long they've let it be this time that we see it. That's all.
yeah, I
You know.
think it's definitely not as long as that giant uh periscope as Viper Scout had put it.
Mhm.
You can see that it is raised a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be obnoxiously going to bump it into something and break it off long like the original.
Yeah, and
Um,
like just looking at it, looks like they used the same visor way that they did with the Alley Viper, where it's those
yeah,
two thin little posts, and you're gonna flip it up and down, and I get that, but I'd almost wonder if they tried something different. Like you said, giving us different visors to clip on that way, I think would be a good nod to modernizing it. But
yeah,
I look at what they did with Desert Scorpion, where you had an entire face or mask slide-in piece. And I'm like, I like you playing with new concepts. Keep doing that. Like,
the 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 face swap on Desert Scorpion, I have to hand it to him, works a lot. It's a lot more functional and a lot neater of an idea than I thought it
yeah,
was going to be. I was so worried that like it wasn't going to fit in there and it was going to be loose and you're going to have a figure that the face falls off of, because let's face it, that could be a Hasbro thing with a new
but
peg
that was just it.
system.
I knew it wasn't because I had when Toys R Us was closing down one of their stores out here, I bought the Star Wars retro card Rebel Trooper, the Endor one.
Hmm.
And he came with the exact same system. You could have the older white bearded Rex version of him, or a younger trooper, and it was the
Yeah,
same concept. And those things were tight locked, and they fit really well. And they did it so that they were seamless. Like I've seen ones for Fortnite where they weren't seamless at all, and they could have looked a lot worse. So I like that new
yeah,
concept they did with that. I would like to see
yeah.
that more often, like more, yeah,
Innovation. We talked about that in
innovation.
one of our
Thank you.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Graf says, I believe this figure's neck extends if you twist the waist. Mecha neck. Armor bikini.
Yeah.
Racha, I like dick armor. I'm sorry, dick armor.
Yeah, you remember Word Up by Cameo back in the 80s? Word Up.
Word up.
He had
What's
that
the
big
word?
he had a big white
Yeah.
one or red one that he danced around him.
What's the word? Word up. There's a radio station in Nashville, and it's one of the ones that plays like everything. Like they might play Garth Brooks, but then they play Whip It, and then they play Back in Black. And like that is one of the songs that they wear out for a radio station with a catalog of a million songs. They play Word Up probably once every 3 hours. So
Yeah, out here we'd call that like white chick karaoke, right? Like
oh
every
yeah.
song the white chick's gonna sing at the bar tonight as she gets progressively more drunk.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, so let's see. Eric says, I wonder how many Woody's getting. And Matthew says he said 50, then he saw the render and doesn't know if he's getting any. Woody was in here. If he's still here, maybe he can tell us. Matthew, that's some bullshit. You know he's gonna get at least 5.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is to Woody not getting any means you stop at 5. That'll show him, right? That's how
I
I
did
perceive it. Yeah.
I did hear Woody say that he's not super excited by Ghost Viper though.
That's fair.
So that figure's definitely not for everybody. That's for sure.
I could
So,
be
all
more
right.
excited about it myself, but I see things I like. One of the things I will say is that second helmet for Ghost Viper, the one that isn't a Viper helmet with the skull, but
Yeah.
that rate to me is what I'm saying. That's going to be Targat for the Iron Grenadiers. That head,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, so I like Ghost Viper. I'm just not super duper thrilled at it being $55. Like I wanted several of them, but
Mhm.
2, if I can get them, 2's probably going to be my limit on it. So, all right. So before I take me a quick break, he's in here and we were going to talk about this anyway. So we need to talk about this right here. Coming up
Yeah.
on October 24th and 25th and going into the 26th. He's saying it's going to stop at 12, but it's going to continue on the Clubhouse on Oz's channel.
Mhm.
So we do have Punk's Punkathon benefiting Toys for Tots, Sergeant Red's Toy Store sponsoring it. So we're all looking forward to this. Some of the guests that he is going to be having right there on the screen, including yours truly and Crow on Friday night. So this was a good time, and it is for a good cause. I'm sure most everybody in this chat will be tuning in at some point over the weekend, but just in case you're not, pencil that in on your calendars. It's a good time.
Yeah. And just remember, is like if so I know we might have new subscribers here, and it seems repetitive if we keep bringing up the details, but the intent here is to support Toys for Tots, and all the donations that Punk makes during that stream for super chats or whatever is going to Sergeant Red. Sergeant Reds will then follow the Toys for Tots guidelines on how to accommodate children with toys. So if you guys are feeling a little generous at a certain time of year before Christmas, I would ask that maybe it be this time of year. If you want to consider that, that'd be great. You
Yep,
don't have to. No one's going to pressure you to do anything, but it would be really nice to get some participation with that.
And maybe you don't buy that second or third Ghost Viper tomorrow, and you can give that money over to Toys for Tots and let some little childrens get a Ghost Viper for Christmas.
And they will go buy $5 more of ESU figures with it and be fine with that.
That's right. That's completely right. So let's see through the comment. Yeah, everybody misses Punks on film except Punk.
Yeah.
Gun Bunny Stanley's asking. I think Punk had said he was going to try to have Gun Bunny on Saturday. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, Christmas Punks on Film is all time. That was epic. Call in sick, Joe fan. You got some sick days left. Take one. Take one on Saturday so you can get up early and watch Ronnie Trickshot and Shark Eyes.
Just know that we're watching you, though.
That's right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you finally given me a chance to use this, Todd. I can't believe I finally got a chance
You are next.
to throw that in there.
Oh,
The dubbed version too. So so that's a thing coming up in 3 weeks.
yeah, and I
Two,
still
two.
don't know what you and I are going to do for that one. We still going to figure that out. But I know we did get some suggestions from some people who send us emails and things like that,
Yep.
and I really appreciate that, guys. Keep doing that. Yeah, if you got
Yep.
an idea for our show, or we're not that arrogant that we wouldn't listen to it.
Absolutely. I've got an idea. We talked about it a little bit, but we do have to finalize it. So, all right, you want full screen? I'll be right back, and then we're going to be talking about our real world Vipers. All right,
Sure.
I shall return.
All right. Okay. So every time Darren goes and deals with Pretzel the dog in the bathroom, I get caught flat-footed and I'm like trying to show you things and whatnot. So this guy's big enough that I could just fiddle with him. I'm just going to talk about hitting a milestone, right? You guys know I try to stay as easy going as I can about a toy channel, right? Like perspective where it is, guys. We're talking about toys and this is a damn hobby. I buy toys and I do stuff. So the other day I hit a milestone that was kind of unavoidable, part of getting more subscribers means your videos are going to reach more people over time. And some of those people are going to have different opinions, and that's fine. So I got dragged across the coals the other night on Elite Legends live stream. Not me as a person per se, although there was things, right? But my video on Storm. So uh I want to make it clear right now. I did I even bring her up here? I thought I had brought her. Oh, here she is. Um, I'm not at all upset that they called out a video for something that they disagreed with and things like that. Yeah, use my content to discuss. That's fine. There were things about Storm that they were upset about. Something about the head that I wasn't aware. I'm just going to explain. I've changed my format with Marvel Legends for an exact reason like this. The word that's being used on how I treated Storm was shilling. And I can kind of see it. I was very positive about this character. And that isn't really how I feel about Storm as a comic book character at all. I kind of agree with what I think I heard Elite saying. He doesn't like her. She's wedged into everything, forced down your throats. I kind of agree. But this figure completed my shelf in a way that two other Storm figures I had come across in the year that I've been collecting them just didn't kind of meet it. So I overhyped what I liked about the head and didn't pay enough attention to what maybe might be a problem for other people. And I'm guilty of that because I am biased about Marvel Legend figures that I buy. If I'm going to go shell out 30 to 50 bucks, I'm probably going to buy the ones that I like, that I have a connection with, be it because they're X-Men or they're big chonkies, right? And I like that. And that's fine. I also don't have a problem if I make a mistake, if somebody wants to call me about it. But I'm also a kind of guy that will want that done to a degree to my face, right? So I had no problem dragging my chair across the chat room the other night in Elite Legends to sit right down and make it known that I was there. And I had respect for how it went down after that, right? Yeah, some pot shots were taken, some personal comments got made that I just, whatever, man. Like, if that's what you're here to do, knock yourself out. I'll make it easy for you, right? But say my name enough, I have no problems walking in and sitting down. And what I found was once he acknowledged that I was there to receive the criticisms there, um, he didn't relent on his point, and that I respect. Yeah, he changed the tone of how he was expressing it a little bit to be a little bit more respectful of the person he was talking about was now face to face in that chat with him, kind of, so to speak. And that wasn't anything against him. I expected him to stick to his points. He had a point about the head that he was dramatically saying I missed, and therefore the shilling terms came out. But once he realized I was there and willing to hear them out, and I don't have a problem walking into someone else's echo chamber to hear it, I found it pleasant enough. He explained, instead of just saying you're a shill, he's explained, okay, the reason I'm saying this is because. And that's how you're going to get my respect. You can call me names all day, but if you don't have a point, I'm tuning you out. If you have a point, just let's get to that, right? I I'm a chatter, I'm a long-winded guy, but I am not an expert on toys. I collected Marvel Legends for a year. I just started because I was getting tired of not buying figures and I liked X-Men stuff, right? But either way, it doesn't bother me. I don't have a beef with that. It's not the kind of thing I, I I tune into a lot. It's not against these guys. There's just different types of market within this whole toy tubing thing. Call it whatever word you want. Community, whatever word works for you. I'm not gonna get picky about it, but I'm not gonna get upset about drama. I'll just process it. It's fine. You want to make me eat a little bit of shit because I made a shitty video? All right. What I won't put up with, this is the only point I'm bringing this up, is how it affects my channel. Is if I start seeing it coming home into my echo chamber, that somebody wants to pursue that kind of a criticism, I have a rule. I engage you twice. First, I'll engage you politely, then I'll engage you civilly, and then you're gone. Because if that doesn't solve what's going on, we're not getting to the bottom of it, and that's not what you're there to do. And I'll say that name, Pat88. I'm talking about your comments. Not trying to be rude to you, dude, but I'm also not going to doormat myself with the comment section on my own channel for something that happened with people that aren't even really sub to me, anyways. Hey, so that's the end of that. Shumagorath. I told, sorry, Shumagorath. Am I saying that right?
Close enough.
Gorgantos, pardon me, Gorgantos. For $70, Darren, you and I were talking about, is it worth $70? Um, I would say no. I don't feel like
Okay.
this is a $70 toy.
Wait for a sale.
Yeah, but that's the only real issue I have with it is the price. I feel like it's fun, but if you think you're going to do a billion different things with this, try half of that. Like it's just once the reality sets in, the eyeball's fun, and then you've just got twisty arms, right? Very good
Okay.
posable twisty arms, but I don't know if that's a $70 hit.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, I appreciate the feedback because I mean, I do want it. So maybe that'll be another one to wait on.
Yeah.
Plus to price match somebody on a sale.
My reasons for it would allow me to spend $70 for it, and I feel it's a good purchase because I've spent just around that, like under that. But the people I know and why they buy toys, I'll be like, yeah, I don't know if that price is for you, if you should wait and play clearance chicken.
Well, you have a whole castle to put it in, so
That's right. There's a place for
uh,
this on my shelf. Yeah.
there might be a place for it somewhere else. Todd says lube it up and make it worth $70.
That's asking somebody to do something with it for $70, not me doing anything with it for $70 in lube. Okay. If you want to do it, can we start at 50?
There's probably I know there's somebody out there that would probably pay $70 for it just for that.
I mean, that's a hell of a fundraiser for Punk to consider putting out there, but I'm not donating I'm not donating this one to that cause.
Yeah, right. So, all right, let's this is a idea that we come up with. So this is everyday vipers. So we've come up with some vipers that might be lurking out there in the real world. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Oh, you go ahead. I need
All right.
something to sip on while I do this. So I'll track down my drink.
All right. Do you want to go? You want to go one for one, or you want me to go through all of them? I think it'd be fun if we go back and forth. Or
Sure,
do you
let's
want
do
to
it
do
your
it
way.
that way?
Yep,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. So these are everyday vipers that could be lurking out there. Let me find the right slide. So I'm before I start reading the description, I'm going to pull the slide up and let you guys have a look here. So there's these guys right here. Let me full screen that a little bit, get a better look at them there. What are those guys? what are those
Some good
guys doing
Photoshop,
there?
dude.
So, what in the world could those guys be doing there? So, IT Vipers are generally some of the most intelligent cannon fodder in Cobra. After making it through the starting and sorting point as plain old Vipers, IT Vipers are chosen for either their computer and electronics knowledge and expertise or their likelihood to panic if they're put on the front lines. Just hope that if you have to call one when your hiss breaks down, you get the first one.
I just picture calling an IT Viper and just knowing, like, I'm not going to believe his first name's really Matt.
You can't tell with these guys. These guys look like they could be Matts. All of these guys look like they could really be Matt.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then you got the supervisor back here that's actually in his actual outfit.
I gotta ask,
he's in charge.
did the AI do that, or did you Photoshop that?
Oh, these are AI.
Okay.
But I used a real I used some pictures that I took of the Retro Viper to plug into it, and it took a while to get these close to what I wanted. So
that's why I was asking, because I was like, if the one time I started playing around with these AI things, like build a picture with AI, describe it, and if I'd said Viper, I would have gotten like some cartoony snake head on there. Like,
okay, so I did these in Google Gemini. That's the Gemini logo down there in the bottom right.
Gemini.
You can upload a picture into Gemini and then give it the commands. And so this is the good use of AI. This is shit AI is good for, is doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I can see that now.
So I'm not claiming this as original artwork. I'm claiming this is a silly ass picture I made for a bit. So
yeah, because that's all this is.
That's it.
Taking shit too seriously.
So this is IT Viper.
All right. Oh, is that my cue to go?
That means it is your turn.
All right. Oh, and we didn't have an order, so I can just pick one, right?
Yeah.
So I was doodling little doodles because I didn't do AI. I was just like, whatever, I'll just doodle them. And I'm kind of glad I had at least some visual reference for this, but they're not great doodles. I'm going to start with the interior decorator Viper, the interior design. He's fabulous. Right? Because if you've ever wondered, like, just whose idea was it to put Cobra Emperor's throne in a vehicle bay hangar and make that an assembly area for meetings, lectures, and vehicle maintenance, right? And who painted it blue and red and all that? There's got to be a Viper for that. So that's pretty much that. And so if I were to release this as a figure, the way I would make this crack and sell is maybe I wouldn't put sleeves on him, but I'd give him rolled up arm, but he'd have Zartan color changing skin, but it wouldn't be like just shifting to purple. It'd be like all sorts of beautiful, glorious hues of green, pink, mother of pearl white. He would come with sparkle. So a little bit of glitter. Maybe he's throwing glitter. You know, he's got glitter hands. A little bit of Jubilee going on there with the sparkle hands. Has to come with functional measuring tape. And a series of, if they took the Marvel magazines that are coming out with the Marvel Legends right now and went with that concept, but they made it like Good Housekeeping, Martha Stewart DIY magazines, he would come with about 12 of those, right? Awesome. That's interior decorator Viper.
I like interior decorator Viper. So, all right, so let me get all of my stuff queued back up over here. So, all right, so next we have this one right here.
I already like that buck.
Yeah.
That's a good buck. I'm buying it. What is it?
So, sometimes a Viper's disposition can make or break their careers in Cobra. One of the most hated positions of all, Retail vipers are made when a viper washes out of another program or has such a severe attitude problem, even Big Boa can't fix it. Retail vipers are sent to Cobra front towns to maintain the illusion of normalcy to the outside world. They're forced to work open to close in the various boutiques and deal with the actual public all day, every day. Though some do excel there, it's typically regarded as one of the most feared punishments in the entire organization.
Yeah. You get psychologically scarred as a retail viper, I'm sure.
So,
Lois.
so yeah, retail viper in her sweater and her skirt. She's got a little. I guess that's a price checker there. I was thinking a hair dryer, but it's a price checker. Is what I'm going with. So she's here in a little boutique in Broca Beach, waiting on somebody to come in and spend some damn tourist money.
I mean, I
Shirt
get
back
it.
there.
As a viper, it's a good go, right? She doesn't have to have a stupid backpack on that doesn't stay on the right way. Doesn't have to worry about gauntlets falling off or what's going on with my pants. It's plain
Not
clothes day
getting
every day for retail viper. I like that.
and she's wearing a skirt over her jeans there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And so Joe fans sounds like my work. And Pop Blenders checked in saying the retail viper is an even worse job when you come across Scarlet Karen who wants to speak to your manager.
Yeah, which is it goes with Viper Scout's comment
Vi-
about Karen Viper. Yeah.
Karen Vipers.
And
Karen
that's just
Viper
it.
would have been a good one.
You would have to assume there would be a Karen repaint version of Scarlet in plain clothes coming to talk to the manager for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh
The
yeah.
vacation Scarlet.
The set sells itself. It leads to more sales. Make it happen.
All right. So
Just
that's
remember,
retail Viper.
if you think this is stupid, we got a G.I. Joe character coming with a basketball to fight Cobra.
True story.
True story. All
True
right, next
story.
stupid one, eh? Have I told you about battle damage assessment, Viper?
Not yet. Tell us.
So the most boring job when you've got to rush after combat is to go around and count how much money you just wasted breaking everything in collateral damage. It's got to be somebody's job to go up and tally the bill afterwards, right? So there's got to be some boring viper out there who falls in, and I give him a little notepad and a calculator and a pen, and he's just going around counting how much damage they've done and footing the bill. So I could see him coming in a variant where it's like, you've got your Viper variant, and then the next year I say Crimson Guard, and you pose him next to Profiteer Destro, and he's explaining to Destro just how much money they've lost. It's a weak, hollow attempt, but he, it's also he would come with sunglasses, cell phones, optional helmet, notepad, and then no weapons, because by the time he shows up, things have gone too far as it is, and weapons are just going to add to the cost of things, right? So
Awesome. Man, your sketches are good. I like your sketches. Might have to get
thank
some
you.
original Crow artwork. See, Viper Scout says, what's worse, real basketball or football mace or football grenades?
Explaining to the guys in the hospital you got took out by one of those.
By any of those.
Yeah.
All right, so moving right along here. So next we've got these guys. And kitchen vipers are a strange lot, usually placed due to their aptitudes. Some are there as kind of a placeholder, often transferred in and out. The ones who stay and thrive become masters in all manners of hostile conditions. Tasked with sourcing and preparing meals for the base, the ones who seem to enjoy it and excel often get chose to prepare meals for the command staff, and that's where it really gets dangerous. Having to balance extreme pressure with delicate technique, it really doesn't matter if your souffle never falls if you get executed for putting too much salt on Serpentor's French fries.
The reason I'm laughing is because I'm thinking of all the military cooks I work with, and if they saw this part, they'd be like, "You think we're a fucking joke, man?" And be like, "A little bit, just a little,"
So
because that's kind of
I
what it's like for them, a little bit. Yeah.
so when I come up with this idea and got the picture and started writing it out, uh yes, I did actually think like Eric may be watching this, and Eric's a chef, and Viper Scout says, "Yes, Chef Viper."
Yeah.
I thought
One
these
Gordon
guys were
Ramsay head
awesome.
feature.
Yeah, that's the alternate. That's the alternate head sculpt is
Yep.
Gordon Ramsay with an
Yeah.
eye patch and a scar
Yeah,
because
you
he's
got to
being
troop build them
classified.
and got to troop build them in the Hell's Kitchen colors, right? Blue team,
Yeah,
red team.
hell yeah. So there's kitchen vipers.
I like it. I like it. All right. I'm gonna do one of the ones I don't have a drawings for.
No
Um,
drawing.
I'll talk about the most problematic Viper in there that they could get, but it would be like the cheapest one Hasbro could do, and it's the Mooch Viper, right? I don't have a drawing of the Mooch Viper, but he would be comprised of, Python Patrol bottoms of the pants he stole from them, the Crimson Guard top that he borrowed from Buddy just for a day till he gets it washed. He comes with zero kit that's actually his own because, he was late. He didn't have time to get it. He'd come with Cobra Commander's helmet because, just no grabbing the first one he saw coming in late for work. Raptor's wings, just borrowing them because he needed something, and 8 sheaths with 0 knives, just sheaths all over them so that you can give them all the extra knives we're getting with Hawk and these guys and things like that. But basically, it's a low scale investment, nothing but reuse, and they don't have to include anything, and they're going to get $35 out of you, right? So, Mooch Viper.
Mooch Viper. That's pretty. That would be. Well, you described it pretty well. I was going to say that sounds like that one would be hard to sketch, but you did a pretty good job of visualizing that. It's a knife sheath with no knives and no helmet, and yeah, that wouldn't be pretty good.
Hey, buddy, could I bum a gun? Thanks,
Yeah,
pal. Thanks,
we
bro.
gotta go out. We gotta go
Yeah, I'll
shoot at
get
some Joes.
I'll get you next combat. We'll do this next war. I'll get you back.
All right, so this one was actually mentioned just a little bit ago, and he's very similar to another one. So let's go ahead and see if I can full screen this guy right here. And
there's a Cobra mug.
Yeah, it actually did the mug as a Cobra mug. I was going to point that out after we read him. So, all right.
Hey,
so
Pop. That's he pops here.
If an IT Viper proves to be utterly useless, there's only one more rung down the ladder they can fall and be of any use to Cobra. The irony is that call center Vipers can be some of the most useful agents in Cobra, and they are everywhere. They're given a basic program of scripted interactions to study, then they're assigned to a Crimson Guardsman. The CG is then responsible for integrating them into job roles in major companies that deal with all aspects of customer service. Pre-programmed with their script from Cobra, they cause utter confusion and frustration in every aspect of daily life. This spreads disillusionment and chaos into the public, furthering Cobra's cause. Chances are you've spoken to a call center Viper yourself and didn't even know it, and they probably accomplished their mission in some way.
You've just described the Hasbro customer service department, and to some degree, right? Like
every customer's in the service department.
Thank you. We've canceled your pre-order. What can we do for you today? What? Sorry, who? What?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Pop Blender's here. Sorry, we canceled your pre-orders for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it actually designed the Cobra coffee cup. So I'm waiting.
Good. I like that.
Yeah. I'm waiting on a Cobra to come with coffee cup. We need a Cobra. The next Cobra commander needs to have a Cobra coffee mug.
Hey man, I'm just kind of amazed at how intuitive this AI is that you said, give me a Viper IT guy, and it gives you not just the Cobra coffee cup, but if you go back to the picture, that hand looks like an action figure hand. It's so fake
Oh
looking.
yeah,
Like it looks like a trigger figure hand.
yeah. The other one, the
Look
retail
at that shit.
Viper. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like those
because
old
I
ED commercials with the robot. I can take my arm off. You can't.
yeah because it used the Viper figure, and it recognized that it was an actual action figure. So the retail Viper one looked that way too.
Yeah, somewhere there's an AI begging us to stop making me draw Joes. You don't like them.
A
Okay.
televiper that only talks with his goggles, nothing but silence over the line. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Hold, please. What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll do the other one I didn't have the drawing for.
All right.
The last one I have the drawing for. I'll save the last. So then this one goes kind of with the Mooch Viper because this is essentially just Pulse then turns around a year later and makes an exclusive out of a repaint of the Mooch Viper, but this is your Drunk Viper, right? And it's a complete reuse of the Mooch Viper, but now he's got 26 additional pieces from every kit everywhere. No idea where he got them from. We're talking about Cobra pieces, Joe pieces, He-Man pieces, Smurfs, everything he fucking picked up that he can't remember. And the bonus about this is why you're going to want it, is because when you open the box, it actually smells like week old vodka and clothes. Right? That's what I
Like,
pictured for Drunk Viper. Oh,
like
and
opening them.
yeah. Oh, and the bonus, the other thing, right? Signed exclusive variants from the drunk assembly person at Hasbro that put your Viper together. You could have one of infinite numbers of flaws, making your Viper the drunkest, most unique Viper out there.
It's great.
We good?
It's the guy in charge of the putting together the mole rat.
You could get fucking 24 beer in Chris Cox. Assemble your Viper. Wrong. Think about how much that's worth. Screw your 1 in 82 Flint. Give me that.
That could be the chase. Like one, you open one, it smells like beer, and the other one
Yeah.
is whiskey.
Oh my God. That is such realistic puke. Oh, good job. Good job.
This is better than the world's greatest stuff.
Yeah. Inbox collectors will be missing so much.
Oh, that's right. I'll never
Uh,
know. It'll
Never
be
know.
like opening a Mythic Legion and the smell of paint hits you where it's
Yeah.
sealed up.
Yeah.
Like Turk says, meth Viper. He's constantly stealing the catalytic converters off of the
That's
Jones
right.
vamps.
He's like
That's great.
you could have a hand that's like the little screwdriver key. He takes apart your revamps for parts.
He comes with several copper lines.
Yeah. Do you know how desperate you have to be to saw off somebody's catalytic converter? Like
So,
just oh, it's not a short job.
man, at my work, our old location, our old office and shop, we didn't have fence around most of it, and it was in a part of town that's becoming increasingly shitty.
Mm,
So many catalytic converters got cut off of our service trucks in that parking lot. They
yeah,
put
man.
one. They put one. We got a brand new. I forgot what it was. It was a Silverado, I think,
Mhm.
brand new, and they were waiting for the tech to pick it up. That was assigned to it, and parked it behind the fence, up close to the building. Motherfuckers cut a hole in the fence and cut the catalytic off of that truck.
Yeah.
And nobody knew till the guy got up there to pick it up. And it's sitting right up beside the building. And he spends like 2 hours stocking the truck. And he goes out to get in it to go get ready to leave for the first day of work in his new truck. It sounds like a NASCAR sitting outside.
Yeah, yeah. When I before I lived where I am now, I used to live out west in Edmonton, and they had a real problem with it. Like people were grabbing catalytic converters everywhere. And that city is like it's big in the oil field, so a lot of dudes buy lifted trucks and things like that. So make it easier for these guys to get at it. The line they crossed, though, the one where I'm like, all right, man, you're fucked if I see you, is they started smashing monuments to get the brass monument plates
Oh
like
yeah.
inscribed and stuff like that. They hit some of our national, like our soldier monuments and Asian
Oh
graveyards, right? It's like, all right, it's not funny when you're going to that level. Like it wasn't funny with catalytic converters either, but come on.
yeah, but them man, them people do not care
Yeah.
at all. Let's see.
So,
I'm
so I
looking
did Drunk
something up.
Viper. I think that leaves you with one left, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at something real quick.
Yeah, I know. I can tell because I'm still on full screen. Good God. Didn't you
Oh,
hear? I
okay.
look like a dried up
All
dead
right.
Jason Bateman. That was a fresher, a breath of fresh air last night, by the way. I don't mind that. I got that reference. I usually get Gary Sinise dead or Norman Reedus dead. So just Jason Bateman dead. It's good. We're good.
I can see a little bit of I can see a little bit of both of those. All
Yeah,
right,
it's fine.
I found what I was looking for. So all right, so I have one more and I saved my favorite one for last.
Me too.
Um so we got this guy right here. Let me get his file card pulled back up. All right. Again, this was my favorite one. If a viper survives long enough, they're eventually offered a chance to move into a loftier position right before being given a code name of their own if they choose. One such position is the barista viper. Operating in the cafes that some Cobra bases feature, they're given extensive training on and are qualified to operate all makes of commercial cappuccino machines such as La Cimbali, Rancilio, and Nuovo Simonelli, to name a few. They have textbook knowledge of all coffee types and countries of origin and are masters in the latte arts. Many barista vipers choose not to advance because the tips are just too good.
Yeah, you don't get tips in any other job in Cobra, right?
No, not at all. Yeah, if
I,
you're
I
lucky to
doubt their
make it
health
through the
care.
day.
Yeah. If you think your
So,
wages get cut, what is that?
so I like how this one came out because you talked about them looking like action figures. So he's got pin double elbows.
Yeah, I mean, like, get with it, AI. We are so out of exposing those pins, but at the same time, I kind of want that buck. Where can I get this AI?
So I mean, he's got his jeans and his shirt with the rolled up sleeves and his apron,
Yeah.
and that's so I was like, yeah, I got to do barista viper.
Well, I
Um,
mean, this looks to me like I would save this for the third tier of a HasLab right here. We got a
oh
Cobra
yeah,
HasLab coming. Here's your third tier unlock. It's no different than getting the bonfire bivouac site with Lady J and Man Candy that she's coming with, but
that's right. So yeah, if they give us a Terradrome segment for the next Cobra Has Lab,
yeah.
here's your third tier is the Barista Viper for Cobra Cafe.
Yeah.
And
Go get me my Starbucks.
Starbucks. Pop Blender says, my ex girlfriend used to say the tip was just too good.
Well, it'd be better if your current girlfriend says it.
Yeah, right. So there's Barista Viper. So that was my last one. So
Okay.
I liked him.
I had to go Canadian on mine because we were talking about Big Lob. So I like Canuck on mine. I just gotta find where I put that little right up. There it is. No, there it is. So with Big Lob out, eventually you guys realize Captain Gridiron's probably coming down the line, right? Like it's not the refrigerator
Probably.
Perry. That's the threat out there. It's Captain Gridiron is your next sports based weapon of mass destruction. How do you describe the basketball in this context? Is it a weapon or is it a novelty? Either way, I decided that maybe it's time Cobra gets in front of these sports enthusiast Joes being used against them in the unconventional warfare setting. and it's time to come up with an all-star sports Viper. Specifically, I said he was going to come eventually, the Ice Viper, but re-envisioned as a goaltender with heavy body armor, right? Heavy body armor. The number 788 on there, constant nod to the set that works regardless. You can get the home or away colors. So obviously the away would be the black one, right? This is the home.
Right.
Sorry, this is the away. Away is white, dark colors for home, you know. The 788 hockey stick would feature a retractable silencer weapon because it's sports, and we could get some reuse out of the Dark Lawn blade if we just put that up that big old jersey sleeve. And then you can see we'd get the skull, little cobra, sorry, not the skull, the serpent head at the end of that hockey stick. Get a little reuse out of the
Oh
Baroness.
yeah.
Yeah, we throw in a baseball bat because it can cover all sports, and a lacrosse stick because even sports you don't know how the fuck they work, he's ready. And then the Alley Viper grappling hook gun I drew on there because, you know, reuse is important and we need to be reasonable and expect it. So that's the Ice Viper.
That's
And
pretty
for the write
good.
up, it says he's to fight Big Lob on the courts, take Captain Gridiron into his own end zone, and make sure that hard ball strikes out. That was it.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I think you should sign those drawings and make that part of your 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
They're just fucking. They were just a lack of preparation, and as we were getting ready, I'm like, I need to remember how to draw a Viper.
Quickly, do you guys want to see some of the ones that I made that I didn't use?
Sure.
That I didn't do write-ups for these. So
Yeah, I have an
um,
honorary mention as well. So do yours.
so I've got actually did a few. So I didn't write file cards for these. These were just kind of silly. So here we have Ballerina Viper. This Cobra's got to have some kind of entertainment besides Cold Slither. Maybe somebody in Cobra, but other than Destro, has got a little culture. So there's Ballerina Viper.
Pink Tutu. You never thought you'd see it coming. We're definitely doing it. Never thought you'd see Cold Slither either, did you, monsters?
That's right. So I got a couple more if you want me to run through those before you do yours, or if you want to do yours, go right ahead.
Yeah, no, actually, just do yours. I'm not gonna worry about my honorary mentions. It's getting late. We're good, and you've got some photos I'd rather look at.
All right. Well, we've got Ballerina Viper. Then we have Construction Vipers. So this
That's
is
Cutter.
who was, yeah, it's Cutter as when he was a Viper.
Yeah,
So these guys
good
are out here
reuse.
building some Cobra housing. That was the first one that I did, and I'm like, yeah, I want to come up with some different ones. So we got
Yeah.
Construction Vipers.
They'd go well with my interior decorator Viper, right? Like it was just that natural transition of your play.
So these are the guys that were supposed to come with the modular fortification, but they changed it at the last minute.
Okay, so somebody who's watched houses getting built for people in their lives and things like that, let me just tell you, if you think you're trying to predict when your figures come out through Hasbro now is, if they make these guys, they're going to be late no matter what is said. They're not
Yeah.
going to come out on time. Not
Yeah,
ever.
they're gonna claim that something didn't come in or somebody didn't show up that day to do something that's got to be done before something else is getting done. So
Yeah, it'll be the first figure where you'll end up paying 3 times as much because they've just kept telling you about problems and you've had to pay for it.
yeah,
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 I
but
like
you
it.
got to guarantee it. So and then we have so these are TPS report Vipers. It could spit out another one in an office setting, so I was just like, man, get those TPS reports.
Yeah,
So
you
here's
really
what,
wrang that AI sponge dry.
yeah. So
I like how it's got a real Viper in there though. Like
yeah,
what
it
is in
actually
jeans?
he's in jeans, putting on his
Why?
shin guards.
What what is going on there?
He's just sitting there, just tying up his shin guards. I don't know where the other one is. He's only wearing one that day.
I feel like he's devastated by something reporting or paying repercussions. Like a man doesn't go down in the office like that for many reasons. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and he's not really sitting on anything. Like there's another leg back there. It
It,
looks like that he's
it looks
balanced on.
like the AI got confused between him kneeling and sitting and put the kneeling foot under him. And that's not screw it. He's sitting on that. That makes sense too, human.
Lumberg put a shoe up his ass waiting on those TPS reports. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday. Yeah, what is he sitting on?
This is my Ollie Viper gun. You said I could keep my Ollie Viper gun. This is my Ollie Viper gun.
And then the one that I used in the thumbnail, these are lawyer vipers.
Oh, fuck them.
So,
Yeah.
and this was also before I retook a good picture of the head, and I only got one side of it. So their goggles only have one big square lens on these guys.
Ooh, that's unique. I'll buy that just for that goggle.
So
Looks
but I
like
like
Minions.
and like most of them are women. Like if you look, like half of them are women in like pantsuits.
Yeah, you really have to just look at the shoes and work from there, right?
Yep. So there's a lawyer viper. So those were my AI vipers. What was your Cyclops viper? What I want to hear it. What was your runner up?
No, I didn't realize I didn't finish it. So it's not I'm not gonna get into it. It's
all
not
right.
worth doing. But yeah, no, that was fun to imagine those little possibilities and just rip on Vipers a little bit because clearly Hasbro will create Vipers where they see the needs.
That was kind of the whole thing, was like all our lives we've joked of this viper, that viper. Oh, there's got to be a toilet viper, and like taxi driver viper. There's a viper. There actually is a freaking motor viper. So I mean,
yeah, there is a moto
come on.
viper. Yeah, but I mean, it
Yeah.
all started when GI Joe did it themselves in the cartoon with the window viper, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
we didn't create
that was definitely. I just thought it'd be a fun little topic. And
Okay, so I just saw Pop's comment. So I will say what I didn't develop because I didn't know if I could keep it tasteful enough or anything, but I was going to talk about the adult film Star Viper and the unique accessories. You guys thought that the harness for the that came with the Glenda there in the Dragonfly set would be impressive. Picture a sex swing. We had a lot of possibilities there. Pretty much using the arsenal I saw in the movie Orgasmo would have come into play. Perhaps an inflatable T-Rex character to simulate things with, but I just couldn't develop it much further than that. Kind of ran out of time, and it was just an honorary.
It's pretty good. That's a pretty good idea, though. I like that. So, yep. Laughing. Yep. You know him pretty well. Let's see. We got Jehovah's Witness Viper and Mormon Viper. I was actually in a Jehovah's Witness church today.
I am holding my Muhammad Viper right now.
You can't show Muhammad Viper.
There. Yes. I just did. What are you going to do?
Can we talk to you about our Lord and Savior Serpentor?
Killed by the Crimson Guard.
so when we started talking about this, so yeah, Jizzmopper Viper was one that I had joked about when we were talking about this.
What about Amish Community Viper? Keep it simple. Surrender. They got the wagon.
Actually saw some of those guys yesterday out riding around. So we need somebody to design a Cobra Amish battle wagon.
Well, and this is where it comes up because I heard it mentioned a while ago. I was like, he made a very good point. I don't remember what that point was, but when are we going to see a reuse of the Cobra coil? I want a horse-drawn Amish coil. I want him sitting on that, dragged by a bunch of horses.
It has 1 horsepower.
But it's like, what's going on with the coil? Like, what did you do with that mold? Did you hate it so much? Did somebody drop it And you can't have it anymore? Like, I thought for sure we'd see it again.
Yeah, we've already seen the ram, what, 3 times already?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
So, um, yeah, yeah, so Fluffer Viper, yeah. Hey, you could do this forever, so. All right, so that is Backyard Battlefield Everyday Vipers. The world needs vipers. The world needs all kinds of vipers. There is one thing that I wrote down that we never even got near that I saw Chris McLeod talk about the other day is in 2026, they're switching back to 5-figure waves for the figures. So instead of 4 guys coming out at $27.99, there's going to be 5 guys coming out at $27.99.
And
So
did Chris say why? Like, did they put any input as to explaining why that is? Like, what's driving that particular decision?
probably the line is doing so well, they figure why not. I don't. He has the code names. Like
Okay.
he's always got the code name list, and the way they're grouped, the way they come out that they're grouped, there's going to be 5-figure waves for 2026.
So my boring ass question about that is that a matter of because you're trying to produce more output or because you're trying to meet an end state dateline for when you're going to move on to a different project and put this one down? Like if
Yeah,
I'm going to change the numbers, maybe I do that for 3 years so I can arrive at a deadline and say that was it for the line. Like that's just the kind of questions I'd have about what's the nature of that move. That's all.
it very well could be trying to speed it up. Although, I mean, there's so many more things that they could do if they wanted to. We've talked about, a bunch of times.
Well,
So,
yeah, but we just finished talking about how collectors are more and more talking about this price change being not really acceptable for them. So while they can do a
yeah,
myriad of different things, my thing is like, how much more life are you going to breathe into this line if that doesn't change the problem that you're facing as far as acquiring our money?
yeah,
You know,
that's true. So
right?
it could be either. So that was a thing
Interesting.
I meant to mention it earlier, but so like the renders that we looked at, there's 5
Yeah.
of them. That's probably the first 5-figure wave of 2026,
Which one was the
or
deluxe
or
and all of
second.
that? In those renders, did we see a deluxe?
We haven't seen a deluxe for the next one. We haven't seen it
No.
yet. So that
Oh,
is
yeah, because we're
probably,
basically starting all over again. So deluxes and 2-packs should be down the road at some point too, right?
yeah, there's more, I think more 2-packs and several deluxes. So yeah, I mean they're you think we had it bad this year.
Well,
So
yeah, they're a toy company. It's not their job to stop, right? So,
no, that's right. I mean, as long as they're selling, so
yeah.
um Pop says perfectly fine if they stick to their release dates, but if they don't and they do what's been happening lately, 5-figure waves will kick everyone's bank accounts in the
And
nuts.
that's to me always been the disconnect between the Hasbro all encompassing subject of the big box and their market, right? Hasbro, I always feels like there's times where they lose sight of who their markets are and what kind of income issues those people have that are actually buying their products the way they want them bought. And when they increase
Yeah,
that with the prices and everything, I'm like, well, then you're compromising your own success because you're not reading the room right now. You know what I mean? Like, I just glad I'm not the guy making those choices. I run that company into the ground, clearly.
absolutely. So there it is. That's what I was trying to look up a few minutes ago. So let me refresh it.
Yeah, I
So
need to use the
GI
bathroom
Joe,
for a sec.
all right. GI Joe Classified Retro Card Back Flint Limited Edition Alternate Art New in Box. 14 bids. It is up to $405. Has 5 days and 21 hours left on the auction. So it was brought up earlier. I can't remember who told us earlier. It might have been you, Sabir. And I know somebody else mentioned it too. There's our first one popping up on eBay, up to $400. And I do want to say what's up to Cobranomics coming in. What's going on? Sneaking in here toward the end. Thanks for stopping by. So what you guys think about that? We knew. We knew that that's the first one or two that popped up on there are going to be like this. So yeah, 400 out of their damn mind vipers right there. So that's a HasLab. that's a HasLab, man.
So
So
that's what I was just going to point out. Like this is selling. Somebody's willing to pay 408 or whatever dollars for this one figure of Flint. Please don't let that be somebody who is on the whole discussion of whether the HasLab was worth it or not for tiers,
yeah,
because
right.
these people exist in the same room. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Nothing against what you spend your money on, but there's contradictions that are out there that I worry I'm going to see in some people.
So and right here, so also people want this. 91 people are watching this, probably just to see how damn high it goes. And this motherfucker is charging $20 to ship it. Ground advantage. Get the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
out of here. You ain't even throwing in free shipping on
he
this.
got it. Well, remember what you said you would do with this, Darren. Like, don't go too heavy into the shock value. You said you would tour the country because of this and things like this, right?
Oh,
This guy's
I
just
sure
living your
did.
dream right now,
Oh yeah.
milking
Yeah.
the Joe Teat.
If I had a gotten mine, if mine my retro Flint had been this would be my listing. We'd be looking at my listing, except I would have started the auction at $25 and I would have given free shipping on it.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
let's
I'd
see.
probably, like I said, I would probably be serious. It's not like we're talking about the life-changing amount of money. It's
Right.
definitely a year-changing amount of money for some people. I get that, but probably not your life-changing sum. I would probably try and take this to Joe Fest and just dangle it in front of the vendors and see what they're willing, because they're the ones who know how to really milk the money for it, right?
Oh yeah.
So what are you going to give me in trade? Because that could look even better for me. You
Oh
said a
yeah.
flag, and I'd be like, no, maybe not a flag, but maybe I don't have to worry about completing a certain collection somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I'm
that
just
well that's
one of our dirt
that
here. So
that's it. I mean, somewhere out there, there's at least 82 people that are trying to get all of the variants, and
yeah.
the early in the line, I was collecting the variants. You remember the three different color beachheads and the Cobra Island
Oh,
Viper
I
with
knew
the
people were. I wasn't around in the line for that. That was before I
uh,
joined the line.
I was. It was before I did too, and when
Mm,
I got into the line, I was trying to collect those variants, and I
mm.
actually had all of them except the black, whatever, the black crotch and black neck or whatever Cobra Island Trooper. Um,
Yeah.
that was the only one I hadn't hunted down yet, but I wound up selling them. I was like, I don't need this damn shit.
No, I mean,
Um,
so at some point you rationalize it differently as you collect longer, right? It's like, nah, that wasn't really the vibe I was feeling at the time. You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, if Yeah, Eric says, "Do you see how many people are selling their extra retro flints? Yeah, after they figured out Hasbro won't take them as returns." Um,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't either. Pop Blender. I don't believe any of those little blurbs on eBay or Amazon or any other site that tells you this many people have that in their shopping cart. Yeah, most of the people watching this are watching it just to see what it sells for. I'm not
Right.
signed in. I sign out of everything before I do shows, so I don't dox myself. So when we're done, I'm going to sign in and I'm going to watch it too because I want to keep up with what it sells for.
Mhm.
Um, no, it wasn't supposed to be signed. All right, so enough of this nonsense. We'll keep a watch on it. I'll watch it and we'll see what it winds up going for. So it's
Yep.
time to get out of here. We got 20 of you guys still here, so thank you. Hit that like and that all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're not, and make sure you're keeping up and aware of the Punkathon coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? Yep, 2 weeks. the
Oh yeah, we
24th,
could,
whatever that is.
time
Um,
for us to start getting
so
our ducks in a row. Then I guess if it's
yep,
up.
yep, we
Seemed
got to.
further 20 minutes ago.
I know we got to get on it. I mean, it's like that Hims
I bet.
commercial. You got to get on it, son. Dumb
Yeah.
shit. So what you got coming up over on the Krusty Old Crow channel? Krusty Old Crow.
Well, that Gargantos, I am going to show away on that. No, I'll try and do a better job picking up on some stuff on that one. But already, like I said, I'm really enjoying that, but questioning that price tag. Um, I've got that. I like you. I will end up with the Awe Striker, and I have to get caught up on my reviews to ones that my friends have already put out. So some of your guys' reviews, probably the Awe Striker one is the best example. I'm not going to watch it till I've formulated my own. Things like that.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
watched one either.
no, and then that's for Marvel, the Marvel Classified, and then I am working on trying to do a presentation piece that I've logicked out for putting my hunter on, but also because it's also a shelf space solution for presenting large vehicles in depth. So yeah, it's just one of those. So I'm kind of working on how I want to present that when it's ready, but it's gonna take me a while to build that set. So that's it. That's what I got. What about you?
Oh, that reminds me, I meant to tell you, I did see earlier on somewhere on Facebook that some people are starting to get their misery machines.
Oh, good.
So there's hopefully that one will be to you soon again. We're waiting on the hunter tanks. Those are somewhere between China and a port in California.
Yeah.
Hopefully those will show up before long. Um, let's see. So I got the All Striker here. One day I'll have a Budo review out. Hopefully I can get one cobbled together. I don't know if I'm going to do a review per se on the Flynn and the Cover Girl. I might just do a video on both of them and just talk about them a little bit. I don't think anybody cares about a review on those at this point. And then main focus for me, as I said earlier, is Tuco Viper, getting this guy
Yes.
ready. Got to get that video wrapped up. Pop Blender, he will be coming your way probably next weekend. I'm going to talk to you about that. So that's my main focus is Tuco, and then my Tuco related side project I've got to get finished up. And that's all I've got that I know of that's coming up. Be back here on 3-Star Draw next Wednesday with Pop Blender for Backyard Battlefield. And that's just about it. So yep, Stu. Showcases are fun too. I hope, because I hope somebody will watch it. I mean, them figures have been out for 2 months.
Yeah.
So in some places.
And a reminder, I will be coming up with a plan for all the Backyard Battlefield to give away an ESU figure, and we'll say that was for my channel's, recent milestone, whatever. But I can't promise I'm going to add to that pile, but that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm taking my time with it. So if guys are eager to know, it'll happen on these streams that Darren and I do together, right? But the details could come out on either my channel or here. It's just a playing it by ear. I didn't want to let that one die. It's an ESU figure. I figure people want it.
Yeah, and even if it does, even if it does start showing up in stores, I know some GameStops have seen it. I've seen a couple people say they got him at GameStop.
That's where I got them.
It's still, I mean, how could you can't turn down another one of those? Like it's like the firefighter, I've still got to get another firefighter. I'm waiting on clearance for those guys. It should be happening soon.
And to be clear, the only reason I'm considering it more like buying a couple more to give away is just because it seems when I do the math out here, I'm getting a better price here where I am with my discounts than you guys are seeing commonly. So it's like, all right, take advantage of this while it's worth taking advantage of, I suppose. Right.
I mean, yeah, you're actually seeing it. I don't think it's shown up in store anywhere except a couple of game stops.
No, and with my membership, if I can knock 15% off that, then that's a win for somebody somewhere, right?
Hell yeah.
No,
So all right,
that's self-serving bullshit. Let's get out of here.
that's right. We're gonna get on up out of here. So before I play our outro, we hadn't heard it yet tonight. So
Earth, show them the north. I love it.
on the north. Good night, y'all. We'll see you soon in the chats. Have a good rest of the week and weekend.
Yeah.